I just stare. It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. Country twang in my prayer, 808s in my praise. Bible open on the dash, sun cut through the haze. The Lord is my strength and my shield, so I walk on the field. My heart trusts in Him, yeah. Won't start to heal. I was running from the war, now I run to the roar. With that power in my core, I don't fold anymore. He the rock in my hand, yeah, stone in my sling. When I swing on a giant, watch a crown hit the ring. The Lord is my strength and my shield. I give thanks, I give thanks, I give thanks, yeah, yeah. He gives us the victory seal. No fear, just power in the bank. It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in my head.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to ARP in the morning. My apologies, running about a minute late. It's a lot going on this morning, a whole lot going on this morning, but I do appreciate you guys pulling up and hanging out with us today. Grace and peace to each and every one of you guys on this fine Tuesday morning. Thank you guys again so much for pulling up and hanging out with us today. Hope you guys enjoyed the weekend. Hope you had a great start to the week. Yesterday, it was Monday, I did not have a case of the Mondays. Yesterday was actually a good day. No complaints, zero complaints on my end. I do appreciate you guys pulling up. Little housekeeping, hit that daggone like button for me, okay? Hit that like button for me on the way in the building today. Thank you guys so much for supporting what we're doing over here. We have the usual prospects in the building. Shout out to my sister Crystal from CrystalBeyondLabels. My brother Minister Danzel was in the building. We have my sister Mika, the messy conservative, in the building. And we also have my sister Celeste from Celeste_Duffy in the building this morning. They'll be with us today. Before we get things kicked off, let's make sure that we get the show started off properly with the verse of the day. Shout out to my brother Hunter, little brother Hunter. Although Hunter is a youngin' with an old soul. Today's verse is out of Job. Give me 1 second. Some of y'all country folks might say Job, but today's verse is out of Job 12:22. And it says, He uncovers deep things out of darkness and brings the shadow of the death to light. That is Job 12:22. Thank you so much, Hunter. Let me show some love to my folks in the chat, and we're going to get things kicked off. We'll get everybody pulled up. First and foremost, what is going on here? All right, shout out to Lewis in the building this morning. Thank you guys so much for pulling up, hanging out. Thank you guys so much. Who's the first person in the chat this morning? Oh, shout out to Lori Otteson in the building. Said grab some coffee and please show the like button some love. Thank you, Lori. Shout out to Cindy K. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. AK Bauer is in the building. Thank you very much. What up, Carl? How's it going this morning? Appreciate you pulling up. What up, Professor Sonny? Appreciate you pulling up. Tam G is in the building. Shout out to you. What up, Lori? How you doing this morning? It's good to see you in the chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. What's up, Marla? How you doing this morning? It's good to see you in the chat. What's going on, Miss Joyce? How you doing this morning? It's good to see you in the building this morning. Thank you very much. Wolfheart is in the building. Shout out to you. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. What's up, Ed? How you doing this morning? Mississippi is in the building. Shout out to you. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. What up, Kenneth? How's it going this morning, brother? Appreciate you pulling up. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Hope all is well. We got Terry Cisco in the building. Shout out to you. Appreciate you pulling up this morning as well. Papa Dodd is in the building. Appreciate you pulling up. Appreciate you pulling up. What's up, Nanny? How you doing this morning? What is Papa Dodd talking about? The cops just pulled up. I put my shoes and back. I told my wife, I don't want to go to jail, Bear. Oh, Lord. I don't know what y'all got going on out there in South Carolina. It must be a Must be a Clemson Tiger thing, I guess. I don't know. Shout out to Krista Knight. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. What up, Donald? How you doing this morning, brother? It's good to see you in the chat. Colorado is in the building. Shout out to you. Appreciate you. Ginger and Juice is in the building this morning. Thank you very much. Appreciate you pulling up. Thank you guys so much for pulling up this morning. Appreciate you. What up, LJ? What's going on, LJ? How you doing this morning, sister? It's good to see you in the chat this morning. We got Corey Brown in the building. What's up, brother? How you doing this morning? Good to see you in the chat. What's going on, Vicky? How you doing this morning, sister? It's good to see you in the chat this morning as well. Appreciate you. Angela Montgomery is in the building. Shout out to you. What's going on, sister? How you doing? New Jersey is in the building. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Who else we got up in here early? A lot of folks in here. Y'all in here. What's up, Daniel? How you doing this morning, brother? Oh, he changed the picture up. Okay. See you flexing on him. Okay. Okay. We got the Mannings in the building. Shout out to Teddy Marcel, you know, my rich brethren from Maryland. Appreciate you, brother. Y'all know Teddy about that paper, man. Teddy got the paper. You know, hit that collection plate, okay? Hit the collection plate today, okay, Teddy? Appreciate you pulling up this morning. We got Lady Illusions in the building. Appreciate you pulling up. Conservative white chick is in the building, okay? Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Thank you very much. Tell us how you really feel. I guess you just got to tell everybody. Conservative white chick. What up, Cool Ramon? How you doing this morning? It's good to see you. Appreciate you pulling up. We got Karen Grego in the building. Appreciate you pulling up this morning, sister. Thank you very much. What up, Smetty? How you doing this morning? It's good to see you. I'm glad you don't have that ugly Stiller stuff on in this particular picture. I do appreciate that. Dylan McClung is in the building. Appreciate you pulling up this morning, brother. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. We got Mark Galvin in the building. Cashville is in the house. What's up, Mark? Appreciate you pulling up and appreciate you feeling okay to get up early with us and hang out with us today, man. Appreciate you. What's up, Shanny Right Chick? Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Appreciate you guys. Hit that like button for me if you haven't done so already. Super chat, super thanks are greatly appreciated. Thank you to everybody that has supported the channel via Cash App. That link's in the description box. Shout out to everybody that supported the channel via Buy Me a Coffee. That link's in the description box. We appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys' support. Shout out to all the ARP family members. Thank you guys so much for supporting what we're doing over here. We really appreciate you all. Thank you very much. What's up, Deb? How you doing this morning? It's good to see you in the chat this morning, sister. Who else we got up in here? All righty. Here we go. What up with love ×2? Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Thank you very much. We appreciate you guys. Appreciate your support. What's up, Kirsten? How you doing this morning, shipmate? It's good to see you. Hope all is well. C Spark is in the building. Shout out to you, sister. Good to see you in the chat. Hope you're enjoying Wild Wild West out there. Hope y'all are enjoying them while he's out there hanging out with y'all. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. All right. We're going to get ready to get my folks pulled up, and we're going to get things kicked off here in a quick second. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. And if I did, my apologies. Well, maybe we'll catch you next time. All right. So hit that like button for me. We do appreciate you guys. Shout out to MAGA Meg coming through with the 30 jewels. Appreciate your support. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, MAGA Meg. Thank you for the support this morning. And shout out to Teddy coming through with the $2 super chat. It says Teddy is dirt poor, a vacate in third world countries. Yeah, third world countries living a first world lifestyle in those third world countries. Come on now. Y'all saw those Democrats go out to Cuba. You know what I'm saying? We saw them go out to Cuba. They was not living the way that the Cubans are living out there. Y'all know it. They were having parties. They had energy. They had Wi-Fi. Come on now. Come on now, Teddy. I don't want to hear it. I already know. Especially, I know the county you live in, bro. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Y'all rich down there. Y'all wealthy down there. I don't want to hear it. Not at all. Not at all. You can't stun on me. Appreciate you guys pulling up. What's up, Minister Danzel? How you doing this morning, brother? Uh-oh, you muted. He pulled. I'm gonna unmute you. Hold up. Yeah, he's not prepared. Okay. We got to start this over. What's up, Crystal? How you doing this morning?
Good morning, bro. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, chat. Nice to see y'all. We're back and at it again. Amazing weekend, ain't it? Look at you interrupt me, Lord. All right.
You know, hey, in representation of Wild Wild West. Hopefully he's watching today. Shout out to you. I had to throw my shirt on.
Yes, him and mommy are enjoying it.
Appreciate y'all pulling up today. Thank you very much. Minister Danzel, are you prepared? Are you ready to go?
Yeah, man. I'm ready. I'm so sorry. I was trying to prepare myself to tell you about how my voice don't sound too good today because of the way I've been praising God all week.
Hey,
We just concluded our event, our anniversary with a gala, and man, the singers that came by and ministered to us drove me up a complete wall. I mean, I went buck wild praising God. Lena Bird Miles, Tiffany Anderson, Tim Bowman Jr. Man, they drove us into the spirit. I mean, it wasn't a gala. It was a Holy Ghost movement with a gala tacked onto it. That's all I can say.
That. Okay.
We had a great time, so I'm recuperating.
I hear that. I'll go on to the good. Shout out to AT. He said, pull the Duffy first thing in the morning. Wow.
Yeah, I finally joined the family. I finally joined the Duffy family. Amen.
You was due. It's okay.
Right.
You was due.
Right.
Hey, as I said, players mess up. Players mess up from time to time. We can't always be perfect. You know what I'm saying? We can't always be perfect.
Like players don't slip up from time to time. Okay.
Welcome to the
family. What's up, Mika? How you doing this morning, sister?
Hey, sis.
Good morning. Over here, as usual, laughing at y'all being messy. I love it. I love it. Good morning. Good morning to everybody in the chat.
God bless you.
Teddy is hilarious because I vacation in all those third world countries, and it's actually the best.
That's why I was like, no, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Yeah, you in the third world country, but you first world living.
Yeah, I'm always in Dominican Republic. I'm always at Cuba. It's very nice over there.
Yeah,
if they can just get rid of the government.
If you can afford it, you can live a good.
Yeah.
If you can afford it.
Honestly and truly, if you want to vacation, I think you can vacation in in those type of countries. Not too expensive, and you can get really nice spots. Not Cuba, but the other ones.
Yeah, we've gone to the DR our fair share of times. I like going to the DR. Wifey likes going to the DR. It's nice.
Hold on, we're about to see how Wise is. Does she like going to the DR, or does she like going to Punta Cana?
Well, Punta Cana is good. But we actually stayed, we've gone and we've stayed on a resort a few times, but we've also gone and just stayed out in town, just rented an Airbnb and just hung out. And, we hung out amongst, the masses. There's a bunch of Haitians out there always trying to sell you something.
Of course.
And we got the authentic experience. I'm talking about, get on, like, instead of a taxi, get on the back of the little moto guys. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we did that. Oh yeah, we got the authentic. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right. A lot of my family lives over there, so yeah, I go out there a lot. So okay. Okay. Have you eaten an empanada?
I want to say yes. And we went to a spot, and I can't think of the name of it now, but yeah, we did the actual like local thing. I'm big on that though. When I was in the military, a lot of times, guys would get off the boat and they would try to go find whatever the closest thing to America is. Yeah. And wherever they would go, we would go left. We would get in the cab and say, take us where you go. Where do y'all eat at? What's the spot for you all? Take us there. I want to get the full authentic experience. That's me.
Same here. We always do that whenever we travel other places. We don't want the typical tourist scene. We want to go where the locals, because you're gonna get the real good food, the real good experience when you go to where the locals go versus when you go to the.
And it's going to be more affordable.
It is.
Yeah, that's why I said you don't need a lot of money if you do visit those places.
Yeah. Look, wifey in the chat, she said people thought we were Dominican. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That happens. That happens all the time. Every time I go to Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic, and I'm like, no, Cuban.
Yeah. Until you open your mouth. As long as you're just out walking around minding your business, yeah, you fit right in. You fit right in because there's a lot of people, my shade and our shade.
Yeah,
You
they
fit
are.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
in
they're all different. They're all different colors. You can,
until
they
you
are.
say something, and that's when they're like, "Oh, American."
until you stop talking
You're a
about
gringo.
pesos and you start talking about dollars. Americano.
You've given it up now. Now they know. But as long as you don't say anything, I would get up in the morning and go walking. No problems.
Yeah.
No problem. Just go out and just walk. No problem.
Mm-hmm.
We had a good time, man. I like doing stuff like that. We did the same thing in Jamaica. We stayed downtown and we just walked and we fit right in over
haven't
there
been
until
there.
we said something. You open
Yeah.
your mouth and that's when, you know, it's like, oh, but
The only place I had a problem with was the Bahamas.
I haven't been to
What happened in the Bahamas? I've been down there, but what happened there?
That is the only place. Like a lot of people did not want to serve me and my husband because they thought my husband was Bohemian
Mm-hmm.
and they called me some type of slur. So they,
Hmm.
you know, they didn't like it too much. So that was the only place I've ever had problems in. Other than that, I haven't had problems in those type of countries. But I've never been to Jamaica, so.
Jamaica's fun.
Yeah, Jamaica's cool.
Jamaica's
Jamaica's cool.
a lot of fun. Mm-hmm.
What's up, Celeste? How you doing this morning?
I'm fine. Hello, chat. Hello, panel. I want you to know that I was adored in the Bahamas. They were probably going to make me queen if I had stayed another day. But yes, this is why I can't travel because it's too expensive. You have to understand now. I'm a woman, unmarried, so I travel a little differently, and I try to get as close to a 5-star tourist experience as I can possibly get. So I don't just go roaming around in other people's country, particularly if I can't speak the language. I'm very, very careful. And mostly I just stay home. But that's okay. They had nice places in America that I have visited. I've been other places, but I really do. I think about that when I travel, and I my number one concern is almost always safety.
Yeah, that's why I've never been on a girls' trip.
Yeah.
My friends always ask, why don't you ever go on girls' trips? Who is protecting me? Girls?
I know that's right.
Well, I can understand that. And you hear like a lot of bad things that happen on these girl trips.
Yeah, I don't want to drink in another country. Like really, like if I'm sure if I went to Paris or somewhere, I would maybe have a glass of wine. But drinking in other countries, and I'm just like, no, I barely want to do that around y'all in the United States. There's no way I'm doing that with strangers. You
I mean, Paris
that
isn't what it used to be. You know, I don't think Paris is the destination that it used to be, you know, maybe 10 or 15 years ago, based off of, you know, things that would have transpired over the past 5 or 6 years or so.
And I would have no interest in going if they would stop putting that delicious, flaky looking croissant all over YouTube. I would stare it off.
I'll tell you right now, it when I went, it wasn't bad, but we didn't stay long, and we went out. Like I remember in the airport, of course, they're looking at me like the stupid American that did not know how to speak French. But literally, I asked thankfully there was an American there, and she was like, "Don't go over there because those are basically the illegal immigrant taxi cab drivers, and they will basically kidnap you if you don't. They will tell you one price." And so she said, "Go this way." So we went this way. We were able to get to our hotel. The hotel guy was like, "We have a driver who can take you." He took us to see the Eiffel Tower, and the guy, he was like, "I will stay with you the entire time." I was like, "Really?"
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, if you can afford like what you guys did, Crystal, if you can actually afford the experience, like can afford like a guide and things of that nature, you're probably not too bad because at least they can kind of navigate and kind of steer you away from the shenanigans.
Yeah.
But now answer me this, Crystal, when you were over there, did you try the smash sandwiches?
No. Listen, the most important thing, honestly, to us was to see the Eiffel Tower, to see the Louvre, and to try the croissant and chocolate. That was like top notch for us. And I'm telling you, the croissant was everything. I was like, what?
That's where I'm going. I'm gonna brave it.
Yeah.
For that reason.
I said that croissant is everything. And my mother loves the macarons. So she was so happy to get the little macaron. She was like, "Oh my gosh, I have." And so when we were leaving and we were in the airport and we were leaving, and my mom was like, "Oh, I should have bought a case to take with me." And she was like, maybe next time. I said, Mama, you act like we coming back next week. Girl, go buy it and take it home with you. So she ended up buying it, and I actually stopped and bought some truffles from there. And they're chocolate truffles, and they had like champagne. Oh my goodness. I'm telling y'all right now.
I grew up eating all of that because my mother's father, even though he grew up mostly with his Polish side, his father is French. So my maiden name is Krupo. And so most of the stuff that we used to eat, we didn't eat like stuff out the store. We ate the pastries that my grandfather used to make. And so, you know, I've over the years, I've definitely had to watch my figure. Because I can eat those all day.
Well, Shanny right chick. I'll let you know, but Biloxi, here I come.
Wifey said, I agree. I don't want to travel without my husband. He asked me why, but I just don't feel covered. So I guess she's with you on that one, Mika.
I'm not even mad at her.
No, she's right. She's right. The only place I've ever been, I can tell you, the only place I've ever been where I did not feel threatened was Dubai. And that's because of the culture there.
The culture there, please. Yeah. You do
you're
anything over there, and you're
nothing is happening. Absolutely nothing is happening.
I watched somebody. You could leave. We're talking about like people left keys in like Lamborghinis out there, and
you can leave your purse on the top of the car. They dare you to touch it.
Nobody's gonna take it. You ain't gotta worry about it.
I agree with wifey. The good thing is I've gone with like family. So I had like my male cousins and stuff like that. And like even when we went into the islands, they will hear the American, but then they'll start speaking and I will repeat what they just said. And they're like, you understand? And then they'll hear the rest of the family. Oh, they're from the Caribbean. So we know exactly what you're saying. You can't pull none of those on us. We know exactly what you're saying. So that was always good. And when we were in Europe, for the most part, I just kept my little Google Translator up because I want to know the translator app because I want to know everything everybody's saying at all times. You ain't going to catch me, not one bit. I don't care where you are.
Well, we didn't have that. The last when I was in Europe, this was 20 years ago. We didn't have that, so you tried to speak as much as you could. And then, but in the military, we had the buddy system. So you were not allowed to leave without at least one person with you. Right. You couldn't just go out on your own. So that buddy system is important. It's very important. Shout out to Shanny. Go for it. What are you gonna say?
Can we get those Dubai officials to help some of these democratic cities over here?
They need to.
Hey, they need them. Seriously.
They need those systems because they wouldn't touch anything. Like I've never seen people who understood the assignment. And I'm telling you, if you look like you, they would don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Shanny Wright Chick says, Celeste, come on down to beautiful Gulf Coast of Biloxi, Mississippi. The Beau Rivage is an MGM resort. I will say this. I've gone down to Biloxi. I would like to go down there. I was looking at that as one of the places to go for my birthday because they have some great golf courses down there. The Beau Rivage, if you stay there, you can play at what they call the Fallen Oak golf course. Beautiful. Beautiful. The Beau Rivage is nice. Right there on the water. If you've never been to Biloxi, it's definitely worth going and checking out.
I've never been.
It's beautiful
excited.
Down there.
I've never been to I've been to Chicago and Texas, but
you've gone to the Gulf Coast? Oh man.
I've not been to the Midwest. I haven't been to the West Coast. I haven't been to I've been to Tennessee. I've not been to Alabama, Louisiana. I've been up and down the East Coast, Chicago, Texas.
You're missing out.
And everywhere else.
I've been to the West and East. I've never been Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee. Never.
Gulf Coast is nice. The Gulf Coast is nice. Biloxi is definitely worth going to check out for sure. New Orleans, all that. The Gulf Coast is nice, and the food is delicious. I mean, you can't beat the food down there.
That's the only thing I didn't like in the Bahamas. Everybody just conk.
Yeah, that conk stuff.
It was a lot.
I love me some conk. Now I'm gonna lie, I love me some conk.
Can I say this? That pigeon peas and rice was good too.
Yes, some pigeon peas and rice.
Pigeon peas and rice was oh god.
But see, you see, the thing is, I have to try the food in the Midwest, but honestly. Wise after going to like Italy and Croatia and all that food is really good over there, and you don't feel heavy. You don't feel like
that's because it's fresh.
Pasta. Yeah, I ate the pasta. And everything it was good, and you didn't you could go walk afterwards. You could have a gelato and go walk and feel good. Whereas over here, after you eat, it's time to take a nap. It's two very different things. So
no, Italy it was good food wise. You know,
Celeste,
no
did you
shade to the Italian
Where did you
folks,
go? Where
but
did you go? Wise in Italy. What part?
Italy. Oh man, I've been to Rome. I've been to let's see, Rome, Sigonella, Naples, and somewhere else. Anything it'll come to me in a little bit, but I've been to about 3 or 4 cities in Italy.
See, I've never been to the southern part of Europe. I always go to, and that's because my family lives up that way. Places like Iceland, Poland, you know, more nomadic. I never go to the southern.
I was in Venice, and I fell in love with Venice. That was the best trip ever.
Celeste, did you say pigeon, peas, and rice?
Yeah, right. Pigeon, peas, and rice. Yes.
I hope nobody in New York get that idea.
I don't
got a whole lot of pigeons out here.
It's just small.
No, it's in the islands. It's really called rice and peas.
Yeah,
that's what it's called, rice and peas.
Okay. I don't want nobody feeding me no pigeons in New York. You want pigeon?
No, it really is.
Oh my God.
It's like that. It's a pea that looks like it has an eye in it, so it's like so
kind of like black eye but small.
Yeah,
okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
there's small and black eye, but they were good.
Don't be cooking no pigeon for me out here.
You're not by yourself, Mr. Dad. I was like, well, maybe no.
No, they have.
You go over to Italy, go check out Mount Vesuvius. You know, and which is scary because I'd never been near an actual active volcano. You can hear that thing rumbling. You can see the smoke coming out of it. And if you guys know the history of Mount Vesuvius, it has erupted and destroyed an entire city, burnt everybody up. So that was something. So you could hear it at night rumbling and stuff. It's like, oh man, what the heck is going on? Like, how y'all live around this? Especially knowing the history of what has happened before.
Yeah, that would be rough.
That's a little scary. I'd never seen it. I don't know about this, man. I don't know about this long term. Seriously.
Never scared.
Shout out to Teddy with the $2 super chat. Says no resorts in Guyana. I had weak Wi-Fi and no AC. Okay.
Oh, that's Cuba.
It's Guyana.
Okay. Shout out to Eric with the $2 super chat. Says Celeste just waiting on a righteous cruise. Teddy $2 super chat says, "What's worse, girls trip or Usher Breezy concert?" Oh,
probably the Usher Breezy concert. The Usher Breezy concert.
Great question. I'll tell you this. I don't know.
Hey, that Usher Breezy concert is causing more divorces than a little bit. Goodness gracious.
That's because they don't know how to handle themselves in the presence of people they've never met and people that they deem to be idols and higher than them. That they deem to be idols and higher than them. So that's why it's happening, because there's nothing different that they're doing.
Thank you. True.
Listen, these girls are paying to be on stage. That's what they're paying for.
That's what gets me. It's not even. I even understand the whole backstage situation. You know, they call you backstage, you go to the after party, maybe you go to the hotel. I mean, I'm not advising it, but I could see how that can happen. But you can't tell me, here, come make a fool of yourself in front of 30,000 people. There's no
and you
way
paid for it.
that.
$2,000, $3,000, $10,000. One lady, she took money out their savings account that they were using to buy a house to buy some Chris Brown tickets. Like, what is going on, man? What is going on?
I can tell you this from
hold on. What tickets are they getting?
They're getting a special VIP.
They paid she paid for the pictures and all that type of stuff.
Oh, okay.
That whole thing. I think it was the ticket plus that. I think she said she spent, it was like well over $5,000, almost $10,000.
Yeah, because I've done VIP plenty of times. I've never seen.
Yeah, but they're doing the pictures and that little, experience that he does, which shout out to Chris Brown. I ain't mad at him. If you got women that are willing to pay you $4,000 and $5,000 to take a picture and get a chance to touch you, I mean, by all means. And he's doing this in every city that he goes. I mean, I get it. Capitalize if you can, but you got married women out there doing this type of stuff, and they're taking from the family to go and no.
I'm gonna say in my pre-Jesus days, and see, I'm gonna say pre-Jesus Crystal. Right?
Here we go.
Pre-Jesus Crystal. When I used to work amongst these people, you would hear some of the crazy stuff. I've met women who they were married. They followed these men around. There's one specific celebrity, which he will remain nameless. I was on his tour bus talking, like we were just having conversation. And the girls knocked on the door, said, "You said if we followed you to these next 2 cities that you would have both of us." And these women came in and they went to the back of the bus and they did what they did. And these are married women.
No, that happens. When I say that happens all the time, my cousin sings backup for Keith Sweat. And my mom had never met Keith Sweat. My mother loves Keith Sweat. So I took her when my cousin was here in DC. And when I tell you it's a line. And these were women in their 50s and close to their 60s. And I'm like, ma'am.
Well, that makes sense though, because Keith Sweat was popping in the you got to think Keith Sweat was popping when we were children and probably before you was born. Because
my mother's 53. My mother's 53. I understand. Okay, but I was walking her to the dressing room so she could take a picture, and I'm like, I'm looking at the women in the line. I'm like,
no, but see the same line.
12 o'clock, then you're like,
smell nothing but Bengay and Tiger Balm.
I have to think to myself, there are people, there are very few, that I would pay money to see or spend time with. Most people would have to pay me. You'd have to pay me to go eat dinner with you. I'm not doing it. I wouldn't leave my comfortable home to do it. I can't imagine. When I think about who would I stand in line for? Oh my God. No.
Seriously.
This was the line backstage, and I was just like, oh my God. I said, Mom, these women are not my age. They're your age. And they're here in line.
When Mario was 18, he came to do 19. He came to do a concert in Palm Beach when I was living down there. And he could dance, he could sing. He's a very sweet guy. Very, very well, at least then he was a very, very sweet guy. I was helping get everything set up because I used to work in that space, like I said. And you're talking about 50, 60-year-old woman for Keith Sweat. They were 50, 60-year-old woman for this 18-year-old. And I'm so they were. I was like,
look at Wise's face. Oh, you mad? Oh, you mad?
Like he's a baby, but they did not care. And mind you, I was in my 20s at that time, and I'm looking at him like he's a baby. But these women, they could care less. They were just excited. I'm so serious.
Talk about needing Jesus, boy. They need Jesus.
Yes. Thank you, Minister Denzel. Thank you.
Come on.
Thank
My
you.
Goodness.
Shout out to Gospel One Ministries coming through with the $2 super chat. We appreciate you. And thank you to Lawrence for the 10 jewels. Thank you very much. And shout out to Melanie Marino. She made a live. Shout out to you, Melanie. Thank you very much. We appreciate you pulling up, hanging out with us today. Thank you very much. Hit that like button for me if you haven't done so already. Super chat, super thanks are greatly appreciated. I want to start here. This little clip here that I had ran across this morning. They did the DNC autopsy. I think you guys are aware that there was a chapter in the autopsy that was missing. And looks like that information is now leaking out as to what was pulled from the autopsy that the DNC did not want out. I want to play this clip for you guys. Get your thoughts. All right. Hit that like button for me if you haven't done so already. What's up, Uncle Darnell? It's good to see you in the chat this morning. Thank you very much. Y'all make sure y'all show Melanie Marino some love. If there's anybody else that this is your first time making it to the live stream, let us know so we can properly welcome you to the show. All right. We appreciate you guys pulling up. Thank you guys so much.
Alert, major cover-up inside of the DNC. Leaks everywhere. Remember the autopsy report? They audited why they lost. Well, a chapter went missing about Biden, money, and the consultant class. More on that in a second. The autopsy's author says he personally handed the chapter in a 3-ring binder to the chairman of the DNC, Ken Martin, and said it was never seen again until now. Now, Ken Martin denies he's in on the cover-up, but this should be easy to figure out, right? Pull the emails, right? Wrong. All the emails wiped clean. They pulled a crooked. Deleted for security purposes. The autopsy's author says he knows why they nuked the chapter. That chapter was basically the cause of death, why the Democrats lost. And this is what they were trying to hide. Quote, There are too many people who have become generationally wealthy off politics and drive too much of the decision-making within the ecosystem. The people in the room at the highest levels of 24 decision-making misunderstood the mood and practicalities facing everyday America. The secret chapter also says the Democrat politicians got so rich that they lost touch too. Inflation, border, crime, they didn't care. Doesn't affect them. The secret chapter also said they knew Biden was going to lose, but they were too busy getting paid to notice. So they covered it up. And now they're covering up the cover-up. But the truth always comes out, and now the knives are out. The DNC chair has gone into hiding. Ken Martin. Sources say he's hunkered down. Paranoid after the committee sent him to HR for throwing his phone at an intern. Sources say he's about to get fired. We're hearing it could happen before the midterms, turning the party into a headless horseman going into battle. But it gets worse. Democrats say the party's a cashless dumpster fire. Their biggest donors are on strike. This year, George Soros hasn't given the DNC a dime. Last midterm cycle handed over $1 million. The party's a joke. Donors are telling each other that DNC stands for Do Not Contribute. They have alligator arms because the woman who left the party $2 billion in debt is surging into first, and she's asking for their credit card again.
I know this is going to be controversial coming from me in particular. We need to revisit the Electoral College. We need to revisit the point of expanding the court to 13 justices like we have 13 district courts. We need to revisit, if they so want, statehood for Puerto Rico and D.C.
The rich consultants are soothing donors. Quote, I call it the Kamala mirage. Her name does not come up. She's not part of people's calculus for 28, whether she runs or not.
You know what? The question that I have is, we know that there was $2 billion spent. They obviously went into debt for this previous election. And we heard about the entertainers. We heard about the Roland Martins and the Al Sharptons and all the entertainers and how much money they received. What we didn't hear is the consulting firms. All those consulting firms. We don't know the names of these consulting firms that received this money. We don't know any people that are in charge of these consulting firms. We just know that there was money given to consulting firms to help push this lady over the line. We don't know who these people are. So, I mean, I wouldn't give $1 to the Democrat Party at all. They get none of my money. But at the same time, I understand those on that side of things are like, wait, y'all received all this money. We don't even know where the money went. You know, other than a handful of things that Lindy Lee had kind of called out and things of that nature. But there's still, there's still $1 billion unaccounted for. No one knows where the money went.
Somebody
Crystal, we'll give you the first word.
Okay, so I may or may not know how these consulting firms work. Since I used to work over there, I may or may not know. I can say allegedly for entertainment purposes that people make really, really good money when you work in these consulting firms. You make some. I'm saying this is, if you look at people who work in politics across the board, I'm not just talking about the people that are running for office. I'm talking about the people, even down to the door knockers, even to the people that getting you to sign the things. You are easily, you could be making $5,000 a month. You could be making $8,000 a month. You make some really good money. I'm telling y'all right now, the type of money that you make, if you want to sell your soul, you will make some good money over there. You don't need to be in corporate America because politics pays really, really well. I could say allegedly for entertainment purposes, maybe an organization that I worked for at some point in time, 2 to 3 people have already been in trouble for embezzling the money. Allegedly. I'm not, we're just going to keep saying allegedly. A company I used to work for, and I got out before all the craziness got on. But I'm just saying, the type of money that you can make in that space is crazy. It really, truly, truly is. And I understand why people like George Soros is like, I'm not giving y'all no more money. Honestly, I feel like George Soros might like, listen, let me just give it to the DSA. I'm not giving it to DNC because DNC is trash. And all of y'all, everybody sees who y'all are. Everyone knows who you are. We're not doing that. We're not doing that with y'all. And so they're giving up. Ken Martin hiding. The fact that Kamala's talking about expanding the courts, I just had to touch that for a moment. The fact that the courts currently can't even get it right. They're soft on crime, and you want to expand more, and you want more of this. And ma'am, we don't need any more of anything. Let's just be real. We don't need any more of anything from y'all. I will say at this point, the DNC is exactly what they just said. Do not contribute. I'm telling y'all right now, from being inside the beast of the belly of the beast, it is very crooked. It is problematic. I have watched a consulting firm move from one person to the next person to the next person to the next person. And it's the same. Money is not making sense going from from one person to the next person. And they don't understand why all of a sudden money's missing. This is millions, not thousands, not hundreds, millions of dollars is I'm just telling y'all right now. So when I tell you Jesse Waters ain't lying, I'm not going to put myself, I'm going to plead the fifth, like Anthony Fauci, of what I know and don't know. I'm going to plead the fifth. But I'm just saying right now, it is definitely problematic in those organizations. And that is why y'all will hear me say things like professional protesters, because there are professionals that go out and do these things. There are professionals that are, we talked about, the celebrities and stuff that were to speak on the behalf of someone, even if they don't believe in that person. But they as long as that check clear, they will say whatever you got.
They'll say whatever needs to be said. Yeah.
So again, I'm glad all of these pieces of information is coming out, and I hope more people see it. But it's so funny. My dad and I were talking about this. He was saying that a lot of people aren't seeing things because some of these stories aren't even making it on the other sphere. So other people aren't getting to hear it, because if you mention it, they'll be like, oh, you lying. That's not true. But it's because the mainstream media that they're locked into, the CNNs, the MS Nows and all that, they're not going to report this. The podcasters who are supposed to be the independent podcasters that are out there supposed to be telling the truth, they're not going to talk about it on that in that sphere. So
that's because they're not independent, Crystal.
They're not. They're getting, again, they're part of the consulting.
We found out that they were getting paid. The only people that we didn't find out how much they took was the consulting class. We found out about the podcasters and the influencers, and we found out about the entertainers, and we found out about some of the folks in the quote unquote independent Black space media. But we didn't find out the consultants. We don't know how much they received.
I could say in the millions, because like I said, the regular Joe Schmo people that are operating in a consulting firm, you're making a hefty amount of money as a regular, let's just say entry level, or right there, just begin. You're making really good money as entry level. My first few months there, I made really, really good money, and that was during the pandemic. That was during C19. The amount of people weren't making money in C19. I was making money in C19 because of how they are paid in that. Like I said, the consulting firms, they make really, really good money so that they're able to pay the people that they want to bring in to do certain things and still be able to allegedly, maybe, for entertainment purposes, embezzle some money. I'm just saying. They're able to do all of the above. So I'm just telling y'all.
Minister Nance, I want to give you the next word. What are your thoughts on Kamala? Do you think she has a legit chance to become the Democratic nominee this time around?
Among Democrats, crazy Democrats, yes, she has a 100% chance among crazy Democrats. But among the rest of the American people, no, not a chance in hell. That lady is done as she could be. But I think you're going to always have some nutcases that's going to follow her to the ends of the earth because they're crazy. And crazy follows crazy. It's just the way it is. As you can see, though, the Democratic, the DNC knows no limits of corruption. They're just, and Crystal was talking about, she says often about how God is going to be revealing stuff. And more stuff keeps coming out. People keep getting exposed. And I think it's wonderful. I really do. I think Linda Lee, as you said, she tried to do her best to expose what she couldn't expose. But it's good to see more and more of this stuff coming out, the corruption coming out. I think that people need to see this, need to hear this, because this is how bad politics is. And I think that Crystal said something else that was important, that's why a lot of people are still Democrats, because there's a lot of money to be made in the Democratic Party, easy money to be made.
Oh,
see, in other groups, you have to have some level of morality, some level of decency to be able to do the right, because your conscience wants to do certain things. But over there, the sky's the limit. You can do anything you want to do and have no, as long as you have no conscience. And there was a German, I think it was a German, no, it was a Russian, a Russian individual who talked about how they look for Americans who had no ethics in order that they might use them in our country to corrupt our country. They actually looked for people. They examined, they watched them, they monitored them, and you can look at the Democratic Party. You can call name by name. You can see the people have no morals. They have no decency about them. And I'm talking about even the people in media, the Roland Martins, the Jeffries. I mean, there's just the way they talk. You can tell that they sold their soul a long time ago. And I think that it's good for us to keep bringing this stuff out with the different groups that are doing this, because people need to be able to see what wickedness is, what corruption is. And the only way we see it is when stuff is exposed. The sad thing about it is that often it takes so long before the exposure is done. I wish it could be done much sooner.
No, I agree with you there, Minister Danzel. I don't think you can be a part of the Democratic Party and not be corrupt, not be someone that has some serious skeletons in their closet, because they need that. I mean, think about it. Tim Walz was chosen because of the skeletons that he had. He is easily controlled based off of the things that he had his hands in out there in Minnesota.
Amen.
Easily controlled. Mika, when you look at Roland Martin, I know that you covered, the scandal. I don't necessarily want to go down that road, here today, but Roland Martin has been, flexing on the Democrat Party, and he's been telling Black folks, hey, y'all can sit the couch and y'all can do these things, and you can't be a part of that and not be corrupt and not have some skeletons.
Come on,
So do you think that scandal ties into this? Like, hey, folks, get on board. Or we'll come after you.
Yes. Wise. That was the angle that I took last night. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. I did laugh. The AI videos are funny. Okay. The descriptions, lovely. However, I'm not very interested in Roland's personal life. And now that I know about it, I'm thankful I wasn't. But I see all the people saying, it's the midterms and the conservatives are trying to, create a diversion. And I'm like, no. I'm like, y'all are missing it. It is the Democrats. That man, because of, Ratchet Crockett and all the other people that didn't win. You got Debbie Wasserman Schultz over there trying to get into that only Black district in Florida, down in Broward County, right? And you have Luke Campbell saying, Trump is correct because you see certain things now that the Democratic Party is doing. So even their operatives are noticing how corrupt they really are. But since they've been a part of that corruption, you absolutely don't have a leg to stand on. And Roland Martin decided that he was going to go against the grain with having a whole 2-3 hour episode talking about the Democratic Party hasn't done anything for Black people. I said, oh, there you go.
Oh, really? All of a sudden.
There you go.
Do you understand how fast that happened? I think that was last week, wasn't it? Was it last week or the week before last?
It was the week before last week. Yeah.
And then next thing you know, here comes this scandal out of nowhere.
Absolutely. I knew exactly where it came from. Just Eric Swallowswell. Okay. Same thing. Same thing. He tried it. He tried it. He wanted to go against the grain. And for the purposes of all this, I would even say Greasy Gasm Newsom. Okay.
Yeah.
Greasy Gasm. He decided that he would, try to branch off a little bit. 1 minute he's talking about how, trans there shouldn't be, and then when they get on him, then he, tries to get back on code, but he really doesn't align with that. I remember when he was speaking to Charlie Kirk. So when you try to get off the plantation and you've been going through places like Act Blue, which is one of the consultant firms that I think they're not talking about a lot. And if you want to talk about the credit cards, because Jesse there started to talk about, well, she wants to keep, asking for credit cards. Well, Kamala asked for credit cards all the way up until January of 2025 because those credit cards were still being charged, even though the campaign was over.
Yep.
So she got more than $1 billion.
Yeah.
And so I just look at all of this, and if anybody pops up with a scandal or things, because these people, they think they're not being vetted, but they are. There's no way you're dealing with these, people in these high positions and you're not being vetted. Okay. All the way down to the person that stands outside your door. They know who you are. They know my husband's on the Secret Service force, and they know who calls my phone. And I'm not on the police team at all. So at the end of the day, these people, when they work for the Democratic Party, they don't expect blowback, because some of them don't deem themselves to be, pretty high up. But Roland Martin, Aaron Panis, Harry Sissician, the call me daddy lady, okay, who's a Catholic and doesn't want to get rid of her children, but doesn't mind telling you to get rid of yours. Yeah. All of these people, they're part of a whole game. But at the end of the day, you go against the grain. This is what happens.
I'm waiting on, because Joy Reid was on that show when he was talking about that. I'm waiting on whatever scandal comes out, in reference to Joy Reid. I would assume that it's coming as well.
Wow. That is probably the only person that I think don't have a scandal. She
is the scandal. She is the scandal. Just let her talk.
The most scandalous thing about Joy Reid is just her. That's right. It's a
hairline.
You need that hairline to start back there.
She got that AT hairline.
No,
I'm sorry, AT.
No, it's the gall to talk about Donald Trump and having a hairpiece when, ma'am, you absolutely know blonde hair strips your hair. And when it's thinning, you don't need no more strips.
Yeah,
like, let it go. You're either gonna be like Ayanna Priestley and go bald or not. But we're not gonna do this in between that she's doing. It's all her. She don't have a scandal.
I think they might find something, because to me, everybody to be in there, you have to have skin in the game.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think the DNC won't take you if they don't have something on you. That's like signing a record deal. You can't go so far without them having something on you.
They'll drop you otherwise.
Yeah,
and that's what I think. That's what I think happened to. That's what I think happened to Joy Reid. That's why I say I don't think it's a scandal, because Joy Reid, when she tried to get a little big for her britches, they fired her. They got rid of her. And I do think she doesn't have anything now. Don't Limon? That's another question.
Celeste, we'll give you the last word. You can go with this wherever you'd like to go.
Come on.
Well, first of all, I found something was severely missing from Jesse Waters, who I very much like his reporting, when he said, and I quote, "They knew Biden was going to lose." To me, that's the most important part of the reporting. The question is, how did they know? What information did they have that would let them know that they knew for sure they were going to lose? So it appears was it polls that they were faking, and they had real internal polls that were telling them he was going to lose? What did they know? I hope this leaks out. Apparently it's just beginning to leak. I hope it leaks out, because I want to know what they knew when they knew he was going to lose, because it seems that what happened was they all realized he's going to lose. And they sat there and said, well, let's loot the piggy bank while we can. Since we are not going to get to the big piggy bank, which is the Treasury, we've got this $2 billion, and we will go with reckless abandon and loot it. And then he'll lose, but we'll all be richer and more protected, and we'll wait for our next go round to come back. If that's the case, because that's exactly what seems like it happened. but we are not even anywhere near the beginning of the Democrat, but we can also say the political grift. Part of the reason the Democrats have no money, and they are most assuredly out of money, that really came out last week, is the pipeline, the money flow, the money laundering pipeline between NGOs, USAID, and Act Blue is irreparably damaged. Trump came in office and they announced the winner at whatever time in the morning, and we woke up and the news wasn't Trump won the election. The news was 7 executives from from Act Blue have quit. Interesting. Why are they gone? All 7 of them, the whole top brass, just got together, held hands, and walked away. I mean, we're gone into the sunset. Don't know their names, never heard from them again. They seem to be escaping any kind of accountability or prosecution. But the kickback from the money from the taxpayer that goes to individuals that own and operate NGOs that somehow found its way into Act Blue, and it couldn't be under their names. So the names, I guess, these same dead and illegal, ineligible voting Americans also heavily donate to campaigns. So not only are they super voters, they're also super donators. And you can see on the internet of people knocking on folks' house saying, did you give $50,000 in 25 donations over a 3-year period? And these people talk about, well, absolutely not. I don't have that kind of money. I may have made a $10 donation here. Well, no, here it says you made a $50,000 donation. Folks, these people are acting in your name.
Yeah.
This goes to show the level of respect that they have for you. They are acting in your name. They are doing their illegal contraband activities in your name. And this amazing amount of grift, maybe they knew somehow they weren't going to be able to stuff the ballot boxes like they usually do. To me, if you want to tell me you really leaking the report, explain that sentence. They knew Biden was going to lose. Until I hear that, I'm not convinced all the report is being leaked. Something is being safeguarded.
Wow. I hear that.
Wow.
We're going to get some super chats. We're going to keep it moving. I'm with you on that one. Shout out to Lawrence Washington coming through with the 10 jewels. We appreciate your support. Thank you to Marcel Rush for 100 jewels. We appreciate your support. Thank you very much. That one. Thank you to Smetty coming through with the $5 super chat.
Great to be here. Thank you, panel. Lord, please give Brother Wise discernment over his football choices. Hashtag Go Steelers. Yes, Smetty.
Hey,
Oh
Smetty.
man, that was good. That was good. That was good. Thank you, Teddy Marcel, with the $2 super chat.
$2 donation to the Harris AOC campaign. Please, Lord. That would be content gold.
Yeah, I'm actually here for it. I'm actually here for it.
Who's number one? Who's number two? Is it Kamala as president, AOC as vice, or other way around?
It's got to be. AOC is dumb as a rock.
AOC's the president.
They're both not smart.
It don't make no difference.
But Kamala is more run spot run, and AOC is more just like.
I mean, AOC just the other day, last week, said that Deloitte was dropping chemicals in the water. It's like
it's like
what?
It's like a dumber version of Pinky in the Brain. It's just it's no good.
Can you see them electric sliding out to sisters are doing it for themselves? I love it. I love it.
The most gentrified. I'll do it. The most gentrified ticket of color.
Do you know how many accents we'll get on that campaign trail? Do you know how many accents
we're gonna get? A Hindu accent, a black accent. We're gonna get a white accent. We're gonna get everything.
The question is Kamala still going to be cosplaying as black, or is she gonna come out and say that she's Indian now?
No. She got to cosplay. She got to cosplay as black.
She's got to continue to grift. She's got to continue that.
The grift has got to continue, because once she says no, the sisterhood is going to spread that information all over, and she's gonna be out of there. And the Indian women, They're
These
not gonna
women
protect
are giving him our pass. They're like, all right, go ahead, play what you want to play.
That's
Right
what I said. They're like,
don't need her. They don't need her.
No.
They don't.
They don't need her. That's why they didn't.
They don't care. Shout out to Tony the Tiger, man. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Appreciate you pulling up, brother. Thank you so much for pulling up, hanging out with us today. Shout out to Southern Charm, Go Dogs, coming through with the 2 jewels. We appreciate you. Thank you, sir, very much. Alicia C's is in the building. Been a member for a month. God is so good. I appreciate all of you. Shout out to you, Alicia C's. Thank you to OK, I'm Lisa, coming through with 440 jewels. We appreciate your support. Thank you to Southern Charm, Go Dogs, 2 jewels. Thank you very much. We appreciate your support. It's Jeff. It's not your fault. Allen Recovery Channel, $11 super chat.
Promising free stuff to low information voters is powerful stuff. Piggyback that with TDS, the race bait crowd, and the anti-everything crowd, and you have the DNC.
Do y'all remember when the DNC did that whole spill with singing when they were trying to elect the top person? That was the best concert ever. That was content gold.
Choir, yes. I remember that.
Shout out to Dash Ham Lover coming through. First live. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Thank you so much. Y'all make sure y'all show Dash Ham Lover some love in the chat. Thank you so much for pulling up. We appreciate you. Shout out to Mitchell Johnson coming through with 440 jewels. We appreciate your support. Thank you to Sarah Smith for the 2 jewels. Thank you very much. Dylan McClung with the $10 super chat.
That whole no names given driver's license blew my mind. So you've got no telling how many of them out there voting. How is this still happening?
Yeah.
We'd love to know.
I talked about that the other day. Somebody got caught. They had no name given on their CDL driver's license with the real ID. They got the star at the top corner up there. No name given. Like, how does that happen? How does someone get an ID and no name given? How does that happen, man?
Exactly.
They do it down here in Maryland. They do it. I've literally seen them go to the front and because I had to do my driver's license thing all over because of COVID. I had to renew, but it was closed during COVID. So I had to start from the beginning. And they, guy comes up, I speak no English. They're like, oh, okay, it's okay. They write it down. Next thing I knew, 2-3 minutes had passed. He got his stuff and he was gone. Meanwhile, I'm still there. Where's your birth certificate? I'm like, wait a minute.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
Crazy. That don't make no sense. Thank you to Eric Romine coming through with the $2 super chat.
Love Sandy's black scent. Yes, you better thank for you and your mama. Yes, you better thank them.
No,
I love how they use Sandy.
Behind.
Yes.
Thank you to Teddy Marcel coming through with the $2 super chat.
Harris getting Southern accent training from Hillary. Yes, because
that's nowhere tired.
Always tired.
We're going to use domestic, what do you call that? A domestic conflict for Jeff here. It's not your fault. Allen Recovery Channel, $11 super chat.
If they're given platforms on the midterms and somehow take government in 2028, there will be civil war or domestic something.
Yeah, we're going to say domestic conflict. Come on now, Jeff. Do better, bro. Do better.
Domestic conflict.
Okay. All righty. We'll be right back with Minister Mind Trust. Let's go.
Thank you, Brother Wise, and welcome to the Minister Mind Trust. Dr. Anthony Fauci, last week's recipient of the ARP Gutter Bunny of the Week, for his recent Senate hearing in which it is reported that he pleaded the fifth over 100 times, is just another of the many proofs that something was rotten about the COVID-19 campaign that we experienced back in 2020 through 2023. This man allegedly knowingly led the nation to take experimental shots and to follow profit-making policies that were harmful to millions of people. And he did so with the help of most of the legacy media, many politicians, Hollywood celebrities, medical institutions, medical professionals, and sadly, even many Christian leaders. I have to say that as a Christian minister, that I was both shocked and disappointed by the way so many professing Christians fell for the disinformation of the COVID shot advocates, and how willingly they were to not only accept the harmful information, but to also help promote it to others. As I've said, I've always wondered why the details of how the Antichrist would deceive the world to take the mark of the beast and how that would happen. The Bible says that it would be due to the false prophet having power to do signs and wonders. Revelations chapter 13, verses 14 through 17. But it seems that miracles are not even needed today. All that is needed is the consent of constant mass blitz of disinformation by the controlled media, instructed by Big Pharma and their disciples in the medical and educational institutions, to be promoted by, funded by the government and Big Pharma and their agents throughout its branches. Oh yes, and you would also need the blind, dead, dumb, and extremely compromised church. Well, that perfect storm of deception seems to be what occurred back in 2020. The manner in which the authorities promoted disinformation as sound policies, reliable science, and prudent medical practice, and took steps to censor all medical professionals and scientists who sought to tell the truth about the shot, calling them disinformationists, should be disturbing to any thinking citizen. If they were willing to not only boldly misinform the public about the dangers of COVID, the so-called COVID vaccine, and the rate of demise of those who had COVID, why would any thinking person assume that they would not be capable of intentionally misinforming people about successful alternative medication like hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin and other helpful medicines? The safe and effective alternative medications that effectively treated COVID. They allegedly even forbade people access to these life-saving medicines in order to promote the COVID shot. As it stands, the many alternative cheap medications that were known to successfully treat and protect against COVID was the biggest threat to their COVID shot agenda. So they lied about them. Just look at what they did to Dr. Judy Mikovits and other respectful medical professionals who were being threatened and targeted by powerful people back then. Courageous people like Dr. Joseph Marcola, author of the book entitled The Truth About COVID-19, Dr. Peter McCullough, Dr. Robert Malone, inventor of the mRNA technology, Dr. Sherry Tenpenny, and former Pfizer Vice President Mike Yaden. They were attacked to keep the public from trusting their reporting about the horrible tricks allegedly being played on the public by people with power and an agenda that did not have our best interests at heart. But being bombarded with conflicting views is no excuse for us to accept and repeat disinformation. It is only a challenge for us to be all the more diligent in our scrutiny of the information that we accept as true, especially before we share that information with others. Any decent person would abide by such noble rules. But those of us who profess to be Christians, we are held to a higher standard by God. We are required to prove things honest in the sight of all people. Romans chapter 12, verse 17. We are not to be false witnesses. Romans chapter 13, verse 9. And we are not to lie. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 25, Colossians chapter 3, verse 9. And we certainly are not to lie for profit, like the ungodly do. Titus chapter 1, verses 11 to verses 10 and 11. And our speech is to be sound so that no one can justly condemn us. Titus chapter 2, verse 8. But sadly, so many professing Christians, or for so many professing Christians, none of these or any of the Holy Scripture mandates and instructions that we were given and how to conduct ourselves in this present world seem to have been taken seriously by far too many Christians and their leaders and their churches during the COVID issue back then. I conclude with this warning to all Christians who are listening. If you were among those who promoted and supported the disinformation about COVID and the COVID shot from 2020 to 2023, that resulted in the harm of millions of people, you are required to not only acknowledge what you did publicly, but you must publicly repent of your actions. If you took the experimental shot and suffered health issues afterwards, it may be wise to seek medical help in removing those spike proteins from your system. I pray that Christians who foolishly believed and promoted the misinformation about COVID, the COVID shot, masks, and other foolish information have learned their lessons and learned it valuably, and will not be so quick to take the side of deceivers when the next pandemic comes along. Thank you, Brother Wise, for allowing me this moment, and thank you for listening to the Minister Mind Trust. Back to you, Brother Wise.
Back. All righty.
Thank you so much for that.
Great job. Great job.
That was wonderful, because not only that, let's remember the people who wouldn't have their family members come to their home. New York City, that told people they could not eat in restaurants unless they showed a vaccination passport or a vaccination card. I mean, this was ugly. This was ugly, and it was ugly even down to the personal and family level.
Yeah.
Your own kith and kin was shutting you out, or you can't come to my wedding, or you can't be at my baby shower, or it's bad blood to this day because of things people did during that time. So we really are, we're just discovering what happened to us, and hopefully because this is not the story.
That's right.
The story is not that Fauci had a diary and that he knew.
Come on.
He knew then. Because there were a bunch of reputable physicians who they threw off of Twitter and off of social media so that they could not tell us. And some people ran and followed those people down to the deep, dark corners of the internet where they were still able to talk and find some information out. So the question isn't that they knew.
That's right.
The question is, all who knew, we want their name. Just write their names on a scroll. Put their names on the, you know me, I am nothing if I don't want exposure. These people have to be exposed. They have to be exposed. And I have a hard time. Like I said, I just think the Democrats are the luckiest people I've ever met, because somehow it was so perfectly timed in such a way to kill the booming economy and to have lasting impacts on an election. I just don't know how you can get that lucky. It's just,
and that's because they know, though, they know what's coming. One, because they help plan it, but two, they know through economic research, they know through scientific research that they actually do study. But my biggest concern with this is the people that they don't make whole, right? They'll make a sign or topics that degrade someone, like the physician, I can't remember her name, but that's thrown on Capitol Hill and said, I don't care what they do to me, they can, I don't care what they do to me. They're lying. I don't know where that woman is. I'm very good at researching. I have not been able to find that woman. I think she was an African lady.
Yeah, she
And
was.
I know who you're
yeah,
talking about.
yeah,
Yes. And she went
yeah.
on, she went in the, and they had a clinic. Was it called Doctors Beyond Borders or something? They had
Yeah.
a fancy name. All the physicians that got fired
Yep.
all gathered together.
Yep.
Remember they got on their white,
Yep.
they went
This
on
is yeah.
on the Capitol steps with all
Yep.
their white coats and
Yes.
stethoscopes.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they sat there and
And
called them
yeah.
people quacks and
Yeah.
quacks, and they were crazy. Yeah, Stella
Yeah.
Emanuel. Yes, yes, her.
yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Can't find her. Can't find her anywhere.
But I will say this: these people, if you remember before Chris Rock became a simp and therefore was no longer funny, he had a joke that said, "You don't know ish because you doing ish." Okay, you didn't know that you was doing it. That's how you knew. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, during the Obama administration, I mean, didn't they set forth a plan, quote unquote, for if a pandemic was to happen?
Yes.
They put
planned it.
together,
They
you know,
planned it.
so
Yes.
We got one now for 2030.
Didn't they
and
have the talking point? And like, they, what's his name, did a TED talk on it? Allegedly, maybe for entertainment purposes. Bill Gates discussed it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. He
Yeah.
talked about how the P in the equation was population control, and if we get really good at it, we can get that number down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Read a
No,
couple super
that's right.
chats.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Memphis Conservative, $2 super chat. Says, good morning, everyone. Great show. Stay blessed. Thank you, Memphis Conservative. Thank you to Lemarian. Lemarian, hopefully I pronounced that properly, for the 200 joules. We appreciate your support. Thank you, Jeff. It's not your fault. Allen and Recovery Channel, $11 super chat says, yo, I was finna say civil conflict. My bad, G. Oh, Lord.
Finna.
$1,000 joules. We appreciate you. $1,000. I wish. Shout out to Jeff. It's not your fault. $11. Allen and Recovery Channel, $11 super chat. Crystal?
When hospitals and states were getting disaster relief funds for every unaliving, it became a money grab. Imagine that.
Yes.
For 2 years, there were no flu casualties, car accident, 19, heart attack, 19. Yeah. Very true, Jeff.
That
I
is
think
true.
they labeled everything that.
Yeah,
Everything.
absolutely.
Yes.
The flu
Thank
went
you
down,
to
ammonia went down,
Turtles
everything went down.
Land.
Turtle Islander. Turtle
I'm
Islander,
tripping.
$10 super chat.
Thank you.
Dr. Fauci was and still is acting in aid of a hostile power similar to the mark of the beast in the book of Revelation. He was involved in the creation and the false cure of the virus. Devil.
Shout out to Dylan McClung coming through with the $10 super chat.
Celeste, you're the first person I've heard say kith and kin since Clark W. Griswold in Christmas Vacation.
Whole name, Clark W.
I know, whole name, Clark W. Yeah, it's not your fault. Allen and Recovery Channel. Thank you, Jeff, for the $11 super chat.
They wanted to put us in camps, deny us emergency room care, made us watch our loved ones expire behind glass. Education will forever be impacted for those kids. And now they pretend it never happened. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shout out to God Servant Elite LaShawn coming through with 2 joules. We appreciate you. And thank you to Carla Sue coming through with 650 joules. Mystery gift. Thank you.
And
Alrighty.
we've got to make it not okay that they unseal these records in 30 years when nobody cares and the children are glowing blue. No, we might demand that this information come to us now. That needs to be forefront. I'm sorry. To me, if you're going to go up in 2028, I know there's a lot to be done. I know untying this government is going to be difficult. But one of the first things you're going to have to promise me is some exposure. You're going to have to promise me some because or you're going to have to tell me the truth and just come and say you can't do it. That whoever the they is too powerful. It can't be done because we have not seen it yet.
We haven't.
And this is the strongest man we've ever had. And we have yet to see him do it.
I think he does it undercover though. Like people, they look at things on the surface. And I think what Donald Trump does is he does things that he knows is going to trigger something for it have to go up. And then when, they fight it with all these lawsuits, you see certain things in discovery. It's got to come out. And he'll just sit back and be like, see?
Well, here's the problem with that. And I can understand the strategy, But some of the challenge with that is this: until the American people, so I can hang around with friends and family that I've known for years, they still do not question what they took, why they took it, where it came from. The vast majority of Americans don't, because it can't be covert. You have to splash it in a video.
That's right.
Let me show you how to do it. The people who know how to do it is the Democrats. When the Democrats want to get rid of somebody, they take to tape.
Yep.
They don't let the court discover nothing. They show you the video of the person doing the wrong, and then they sit back and go, well, you know.
But when we do it, it's considered lies, because how many people have I think it's Veritas? How many people have they busted out? They busted so many people.
No, not granted. Here's the issue. It has to be on CNN. There has to be a tape of somebody taking money. If that tape, if you had a tape of Dr. Fauci and Dr. Burke, and I'm just saying, and 10 other people saying, and Bill Gates standing in a huddle saying, okay, we have the virus, here's the vial, we're going to release it, and in 3 months it'll be in the United States, and this will destroy Trump's prospects for the election. On 3, go team, break. If you have that video on social media, CNN will play it. They will have to.
Oh, they will have to. Yes,
they will have to play it. Yes, they will.
Well, unless it's going to give somebody a bump, like Jake Tapper thought it was going to give him a bump, because to do that book, you had to already know everything they were saying was a lie.
You had an interview with RFK Jr. Dana Bash. They're going to go down. CNN is going to go down with the ship on this one, because they were a part of it. They're a part of it.
All right, so I'm not saying they're going to play the tape. Wait, exactly. And we'll have the CNN executive in the circle. But I'm not saying that they'll play the tape in a favorable way.
Thank you. They will skin it, but they will play it.
Show the tape, even if they have to discredit it, but it won't work. Because once people see it, and they see it over and over again, that's what exposure is. You have to show it. You can't talk about it. You can't read about it.
Yeah,
people have to see.
Good luck with that.
I think y'all
asking CNN to actually do real journalism is.
I know we know that.
But you've been asking for people to believe it. People up to now still don't believe that Carmelo Anthony took this.
There's still people out there. Did you see the James Tallarico? The lady got up there and was like, all these young black folks are being, they're being taken out and unalived in the neighborhoods. Look at Carmelo Anthony. It's like, wait, time out. Like, what are we talking about?
So that's the thing.
It ain't gonna happen, man. You're hoping. You can hope and wish.
People don't believe that, but people also have not seen the video.
True.
If they saw him,
no, people have seen the video.
No,
I'm saying, Celeste, I've spoken to people on these TikTok streets who have watched the video that they put out. They finally released.
The general public did not watch him plunge the knife into the boy. If they see it, I'm telling you, it has to be that. Specific.
I don't even know what some of these I don't even know. Even if they saw it, they probably.
But you know what they have to do.
Let's do this.
They will believe it,
and then count the number of people who don't believe it.
I'm saying this,
but let's at least show it.
Just like the word says. Y'all know I was gonna go to the word. People will watch what is going on, and they will still deny Christ after they see it with their own 2 eyes. They're still going to deny Christ.
Or they'll do what old girl says. We're just going to have to hold our nose and vote for Graham Pattner.
There may be a small group who will, but it is not acceptable to say we will not expose them, because everyone won't be changed.
We all agree.
No, we're in agreement with you. I mean, I'm just saying that if you're hoping CNN to do the right thing, to do some actual real investigative journalism.
I think they're going to be forced to show it, to discuss it. Because they cannot be the only person who isn't discussing it. Even if they discuss it as a way to try and discredit it. The fact is, if the American people can look with their own eyes, I'm not saying
I will say, Celeste, you're right. I think the only way that you're going to get the mainstream media to do it, And because the mainstream media, according to liberal journalists that have been fired, okay, like Catherine, if you get rid of those licenses, get rid of the safe haven of having free airtime, right?
Come on.
They don't pay any money. They don't have any consequences of doing, getting any consequences, right? But the trade-off was that they would only report the actual news, which is why in local news stations they can't really give their opinion, right? Because they're under contract. However, lately they've been sliding across that, 60 Minutes, all these other things, right? Trying to sway like cable news. You get rid of them having those free licenses where they actually have to start paying for all this.
That would certainly change some things.
That could change some things.
They would start reporting the regular news.
I agree.
I would agree with that.
I agree.
Shout out to Karen Elliott coming through with the $10 super chat.
Minister Denzel, my cousin, a pastor, told my brother that if he didn't get the shot, that he wasn't Christian. It hurt him horribly. Is it okay to ask for an apology now? Broke our family's hearts. Y'all got to recognize people were saying a lot of stuff during that time.
No, I wouldn't say ask for it. I would say demand it.
Thank you to Eric Romine coming through, $2 super chat.
Wise, they canceled CBRN response training on NC-19.
They did. Shout out to Darnice Harrison Speaks, been a member for 5 months.
I didn't take the jab and don't want to mate that did.
All right.
I heard a lot of people say that.
That's a question that folks are asking these days.
I can just tell you this quick story, and I got to tell it in the most PG way possible.
No. If you got a disclaimer that we gonna keep it moving.
Wait, it's gonna be PG, but I'll just say this. What is her name? The woman who played Foxy Brown, the real
Pam
woman.
Grier?
Pam Grier.
Yes, Pam Grier apparently was dating Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor, at a time, he was clean and off drugs, and she went to her doctor. And her doctor asked her if she had been using illicit substances. And she said, no, I don't do that. And he said, well, does your boyfriend do that? And she said, no, he's clean. And the doctor said, no, you may want to check that because he found internally in Pam Grier residue of the actual drug. Wow. So the idea that nothing can go through your system, more and more people are starting to realize.
But it's science on that right now, on the MRA and all that, and people who actually had babies within those times. Because I looked it up because my daughter was born in 2021.
Wow. I want to play this clip of this young lady being interviewed by Nick Shirley. This is pretty interesting. Do your best to try to, keep the responses PG or your YouTube friendly, Minister Denzel.
Oh, funny.
Just saying,
And what prisons are actually doing for our society.
What do you think about the rise of communism here inside the United States?
The rise of communism? That would be hard for me to answer unless we have a shared definition of communism.
Yeah, so for instance, right now here in New York City, they're now freezing the rent. They want Medicare for all. That's free Medicare. They want to tax the rich, redistribute the wealth. Zoran Mandami, he also wants prisoners to get released. He's trying to get rid of Rikers Island and abolishing private ownership in some cases as well.
Thank you for this definition. My thoughts are pretty positive. I feel aligned. I can't really speak to specifics, but I think I'm pretty pro-communism. I'm pro making things accessible. I'm pretty pro getting rid of prisons.
How can you like to get rid of prisons?
Well, like the system of criminality is a very strange way to interact with I guess humanity in general, and things that as a species we're not interested in, perpetuating. I think it's kind of backwards. And so I'm not certain what prisons are actually doing for our society.
Would you like to have criminals out in the open?
Well, do I want criminals out in the open? Sure, I'm fine with that because the idea of a criminal is a little bit funny to me.
Let's just say somebody who has raped a woman.
Totally.
Would you like them to be out in the street?
I think my answer is yes, even though that's a challenging answer to say.
So if you got raped, would you like your rapist to be out in the street?
I love the consistency.
Let me finish, because I have been raped, and they are out in the street. And I'm not sure like them going to jail is a solution to like whatever's going on inside their heart, or even my own heart that like contributed to that experience that I'm having. And I don't want more people to get raped, but I don't know for certain that going into a jail in the United States is going to shift anything inside of their like operating system so that they'll make a different choice again.
So underneath the DSA, the Democrat Socialists of America, they actually want to defund the police and abolish prisons. In fact, Zora Mandami was watching the World Cup with prisoners of Rikers Island. That lady she even said herself, just to be on the street. It's a bit crazy.
I mean, you just heard it.
Wise.
She's a lunatic.
Why?
Seriously,
No.
but these people are lunatics.
And there's lots of them.
And there's a bunch of them out there, and it seems like it is growing. That sentiment is growing, especially amongst liberal white women. That sentiment is growing big time. But I will say this: she was very consistent. She was very consistent with her answer. So I will at least give her that much.
That was scary.
But the woman is crazy. Minister Denzel, we'll give you the first word.
Mine's going to be very brief. Now, if Webster ever decided to use my slogan, stupid on steroids, they may have a picture of her there to demonstrate it. That is about as stupid on steroids as you can get. I mean, it's just clear that, and you said that she was consistent. That's the scary part about it.
Mm-hmm.
She was consistently stupid. There was no light anywhere in what she said, and that's scary.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done.
Well, you know what's crazy? The other socialist mayor out there on the West Coast in Seattle, does anybody know her name? I cannot, for whatever reason. She's such a plain.
Wong or Hong?
No. That's Wisconsin. She's running for governor in Wisconsin. I'm talking about the mayor out in Seattle. I think her name is Katie something, right? It's Katie something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they just had a mass shooting, out there in Seattle, and she wants to basically get rid of the Second Amendment. She doesn't want people to have the ability to protect themselves.
Of course not.
So on Katie Wilson, thank you, Kirsten. I knew it was Katie something. I couldn't think of her name. She's such a plain Jane. She's just got a face that just you can't remember who she is. But she had come out and said that we just got to do something, about the guns on the streets. So on one end, they want to defund the police and free every criminal that's in a prison. But on the other end, they don't want you to have the ability to protect yourself from the people that should be locked away.
That's right.
It makes absolutely no sense. Makes no sense. Crystal?
Y'all heard me say this last week about that scripture that talks about high sounding nonsense. Because you sit down with that woman and she's talking about, well, do we have a shared definition of communism? And he breaks it down and she sits there and she's like, well, she's basically saying crime is a construct and all these, again, high sounding nonsense because they know nothing of, they have vocabulary.
They graduated college.
They think they speak like they're some deep thinker, but they're just spewing foolishness. You would literally sit there and say, that it's not good for them because how are we supposed to interact with them? They took someone's life. They SA'd somebody. They did something to somebody. And you think they need to be on the streets? And that makes sense to you? And the problem is these are the people that they want to be in governmental positions, in official positions, leading our country. We don't need these people. And this is why I was telling Celeste, listen, we can expose. But some people are so reprobate, they will accept the foolishness and they will go along with it. And you're just sitting here like, did you hear what you just said? So it's like CNN can expose it, MS Now can expose it, and they'll be sitting down there, yes, especially the liberal white women. Y'all saw the lady who was cheering on the illegals in Ceuta?
Yes.
Now they say she's missing?
Ooh.
So, again, I keep telling y'all, white liberal women are like the most dangerous women in the world. I don't care what anybody said. They're the most dangerous. And they're the ones that's helping to put a lot of these psychopaths in office. That's the thing. They're the ones that are out there They're raising the money. They're knocking on the doors. They're giving these speeches. They're trying to rally everyone around these psychopaths that all they want to do is destroy America. That is all they want to do, destroy America. At this point in time, the same way we say we need to discount, the black liberal women, the 92%ers, how we just count them out. We need to just knock them off their little totem poles. We need to do the same thing to white liberal women. Like, we just need to knock them off. We don't need to hear from them anymore. We don't need to, just count them out too. Let's just knock them out. They are irrelevant. They're not using all of their brain cells. So let's not even listen to them anymore. How about that? For all of and I'm saying that specifically because conservatives don't do that. For all the Democrats out there, if you don't want your country burnt down, stop listening to those women over there. That's it.
No, I'm with you on that, Crystal. I know Malcolm X, and everybody talks about, what Malcolm X said, back in the late 50s, in reference to the liberals, but I don't even think Malcolm X could foresee these types of liberals.
I think
the liberals
he did.
I don't know. I don't know if he could foresee this. These people are crazy. I mean, they were wild back then. They were wild back then, but I don't know if he could forecast what the liberals are today. Oh my goodness.
I don't know. When you look at what's her name?
Oh my goodness.
The woman for Planned Parenthood.
Margaret Sanger.
I don't know.
Oh, Margaret Sanger.
Yes. When you look at what she in her writings and teachings, because I know a lot of people like to stay away from stuff they don't like, but you have to read what others think in order to have a defense against it.
Yes.
And so the things that she wrote, that's what they're building their foundation on. Because if you go to them just with a blind political test, they would attest these things. But it's also psychological to what, and women are, we're more susceptible to it because we're in touch with our feelings. So that's why white liberal women are way worse than the male ones. But they sit around and they think about these things and how everything is, well, I feel like, and you cannot argue with what someone feels like, no matter with what logic you got, no evidence. You can't argue that point. Why? So I truly believe that they already have the framework, just like with any other thing that liberals and far left type individuals want to do. They have the framework already. All they have to do is actually build out on it, because they weren't able to do that in the early parts of the 1900s, but they are now.
Yeah. Celeste, we'll give you the last word. We'll keep it moving.
You sound so sad to have to do it.
Come on.
You just sounded, well, listen, we have several generations of nihilistic and demoralized women. And what we have done as a response to this nihilism and demoralization, and that is because we have upended the things that generally gave women meaning. Family, children, all of the places in society where women could derive meaning, we have betrayed women in such a way to limit their access to it and to socialize them in such a way that they cannot enjoy it, even if they have it, which is why they're divorced and they keep all of this nonsense in their households with their children. They cannot enjoy their rightful position. And so what that did is that pushed the women out into the society to find meaning there. Since they cannot find it at home and human beings must have meaning in their lives, now they are running around the earth, unfortunately here in America, looking for meaning. And let's show that you, once again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. You can be almost anything and be a Democrat except informed. So you have two choices. Your first choice is that you can send the rapist to prison, but it may not change his heart or his operating system. That's a risk. Second choice is you can limit his access to being able to do that activity again. That's choice number one. You risk the fact that he may not be changed, but it will limit his ability to be able to perform that activity again. Or the second choice is you leave him out on the street, which may also not change his operating system or his heart, but it would give him ample access to perform that activity again. The question Nick Shirley and others should ask, and I understand it is very difficult to be in a conversation with someone or to maintain a conversation with someone if you're castigating them. I have a different approach. What you should do is castigate them. I would simply ask that woman, which decision is smarter? Which is the smarter decision? Because both have a risk. One is both risk the fact that he won't change. The only difference is one limits the ability of the offender to offend again, and the other one gives the offender free access to continue to offend. Which is the smarter choice? If you're going to ask somebody, how does prison benefit society? Let's set up a question where they have to explain the benefit. I'm done.
Look at that. That might make a new record. Man.
Oh, now you're happy. Now look who's happy.
That might be a new record.
Good point.
Well, thank you, Celeste. That was great points. Great points. Shout out to Papa Dodd coming through with the $5 super chat.
Y'all think I'm too hard on Wise for not working. Look, he's got Crystal reading the super chats to get out of doing that, and she's running for Congress.
You know, Papa John, you may have something on this. Because that was a slick move. I can't read it. Too small.
No, I'm enjoying Crystal's reading. I'm sorry.
So what you're saying is when he's at work, he's not doing his job. Is that what you're saying, Papa John?
Yeah, he's the hottest American man in podcasting.
Oh my
goodness. Shout out to Darnese Harrison Speaks. Been a member for 5 months. Thank you so much.
That's why my mate has to be jab free. It might transmit to me. I've seen that on dating sites. People have you have to be jab free. I've seen that quite often on there.
You better
shout out to
it was earlier though, not now, not nowadays. Not nowadays.
Shout out to Diamond Dave. What's going on, Diamond Dave? $10 super chat.
A pro-communist wants to get rid of gulags. What?
Diamond Dave, you know they don't want to get rid of the gulags. They don't want to get rid of the prisons. They want prisoners to be free, and they want anybody that disagrees with them to be the prisoners.
That's right. Come on. That's right.
That's it right there.
That's how that's going to work. They don't want to get rid of prisons completely. Just if you disagree with us, you're going to jail.
You gotta have some.
That's how this is going to work.
Right.
Yep.
That's right.
And you would think it would be otherwise, because the point that she's arguing is that, well, what good does it do to lock someone up just because you don't like what they're doing? But you would turn right around and lock a MAGA person up because of that. So even though she was consistent, her hypocrisy lies in what the outcome would be for somebody.
Absolutely. Well, if you're a Christian pastor or something along those lines that that goes against what these you're going to jail.
You're going to jail.
You're going to jail.
Yes.
Under the jail.
It's conform or go to jail. One of the two. They don't really want to get rid of prisons. They just certain people are going.
Well, did you low-key hear that what she said? I don't understand. I just don't think it's a good way to interact with humanity to put somebody in a prison in America. She specifically delineated America as if prisons elsewhere might be okay.
Yeah.
But it was putting someone in a prison in America. She couldn't quite. These people
you just gotta listen to them. You got to listen to them closely. Just listen closely.
Why? If they're gonna kick us out the country, they gonna lock us up here.
They have made no qualms about it. They said if they get back in power, and they were not just talking about the politicians.
Oh no, they're talking about everybody.
Saying, all
Susan
you podcasters,
Susan Rice has come out and said it like, hey, you are on notice. She put you on notice. She put everybody on notice.
Celebrities, everybody was saying that they want to get rid of all of us.
Yep. Shout out to Chicago pipe fitter Aaron coming through with the $20 super chat.
There's no way forward with these people. The way they get more and more extreme tells me they are determined to be divided with us. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, that is correct.
Uncle Darnell in the building, been a member for 8 months. Shout out to you, brother.
You picked a gem for this one, Nick. Wow.
Shout out to Opposing Countess coming through with the 10 jewels. We appreciate your support. God's Family Home Church says the people are not confused. They are demon possessed.
Yep.
I would agree with you on that one, bro. I would agree with you on that one. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see it. I was showing it to my wife yesterday, and I was telling Crystal about it, and I sent it in the group chat. Mika, you might not be in the group chat. We got to put the new one in there. There is a brood of witches in Maryland. There is a brood of witches in Maryland. They did the news wouldn't, they did a whole report on them. And they just had a conference in Maryland. 200 witches got together. Witches, you heard me.
Well,
and
people gotta meet.
But they
got to meet.
And
I mean, it was a slew of them. I'm just sitting here like, what in the world is going on?
Here. They've been here. They go to the DNC conventions. Okay. They talk on TV. If you know about Anthony Bourdain, who was he in a relationship with? A red witch. They've been heavily in politics.
I just thought it was weird that the news, like they had a whole news report on them.
Good point. Why?
We're used to seeing it.
The reason why the news is covered is because that kind of mentality is becoming normalized.
It is,
and it's accepted because that tells you that's a sign that the Christian church is failing in our nation. When the more and more deprived become the normal, and they're not afraid to say what they want to say because there ain't nobody really opposing them in any effective way, and that's an indictment on the church.
I don't know, minister, because I don't know.
I'm talking about generally.
I was going to say not the part. I agree with you, but I don't know if it's more so the church failing or more of Bible prophecy coming to fruition, because
I believe
because
both.
This is supposed to happen.
Got to happen. Yes,
Christians are supposed to become more and more of the outcasts. They're the problem. They're the hated, and all the evil is because Isaiah 5:20. They're going to look at call good evil and evil good. This is what we're walking into now.
Right, but the Bible does talk about the diminishing commitment of Christian people who profess to be Christians, and that's how they become dominant. Because you can't see when Christians doing their job the right way, it's hard for the devil to take over. And so, like you said, Sister Celeste, you're absolutely right. It's a sign of the end time.
Shout out to 2020 Vision coming through with the $5 super chat.
Bring mental institutions back and put that in a straight jacket today.
I just talked about that, how they close St. Elizabeth here in DC.
A lot of them.
They've closed a lot of them around the country.
Yeah, around the country. But here in DC, most of the crimes are committed by the people that.
They're
everywhere.
Shout out to Jen Buys coming through with 2 jewels. We appreciate your support, Jen. Shout out to is that Jelly
the comic?
Okay.
This podcast is in the top 5 of lists of keeping it real and reporting the news in a way that makes me feel my IQ level just went up. This is the home for boosting my self-worth. Okay.
All right, now we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Shout out to Janae F67 with the $5 super chat.
What is going on? Their eyes are so dark and empty. Even their speech is weird. This just isn't normal. I 100% agree.
No. Did y'all see the interview with the Francesca Hong lady? Did y'all see that interview last week?
Yes.
She looked robotic.
She did.
You didn't see
on
it? You didn't
every
see it,
platform.
Oh man!
When they asked her, "Did you do you want to abolish the Senate?" and they That's her name. Okay, yes.
Oh man, it's bad. And it's what's up with all of these DSA folks not holding on to jobs, either never having a job at all.
They never had one.
You know, the Francesca Hong lady, she actually owned a business. I think she owned a restaurant of some sort, but she more or less ran it like a soup kitchen, and it went out of business. She ended up being, in massive amounts of debt and so forth and so on. But she has some fairly wealthy parents because they were able to bail her out of said debt. But like what's up with the DSA and the people that they hire? None of these people have jobs or careers, man.
Because they are consistent. It's consistency. We have to admit this is consistency. Their belief is I don't want to work and I want everybody else to take care of me.
Well, you can't have a job. You can't have a job being a socialist. They don't have jobs in socialism.
Exactly.
They can't work because they remember that girl that you showed the video of Wise when she said that she was laying on the bed disassociating?
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. With
We
the neck.
laughed about that, but honestly, these people are demoralized. I told you they are all miserable up there. They are demoralized. They cannot work because they spend their days focused on their sadness. That is what they do. They are the hurt people. That is what they're doing. And when the only time they're able to come out of that is when they can get in touch with their anger. And when they come to the bottom of who they think is the root of everything that went wrong with them, it is white men, which is why white women are the most savage at wanting to what that woman was telling you sitting on the bench about prisons was not a commentary on prisons. It was a commentary on the destruction of the United States. If they can't be happy here, they don't want it. And they can't be happy here because they were promised something that is impossible to have. That feminism made them a promise that it could not keep. And now they are all sitting back going, I'm never going to get that. I'm never going to get what I was promised. And what am I left with? I'm left with this country where men get to live happily out their destiny. And I'm relegated to this park bench where I have to watch it in my sadness. Well, destroy it all.
Well, do they not understand though that if that was to happen, let's just go there real quick. If that happens, things will revert back to the way they were 400, 500, 600, 1,000 years ago, meaning that women will become food, and you better get on someone's team or you're not gonna make it.
This is nihilism. They
Stupid
don't care.
But that's what I said. I said the DSA.
See, that's the difference between a man and a woman. That's how
we'll burn it down.
Feel.
That's what
if
I
I can't be happy, I don't. This woman said that she was great. I don't even know that she was, and she can't see that. Although she doesn't really want that to happen to someone else, she doesn't think that a way to interact with humanity is to punish the person that may have done that to her, because she doesn't know that his heart would be changed. These people they don't care about their own life. So they cannot care about yours.
But if they got their way, defunding the police, letting all these people out, for prison and so forth and so on, and we literally went right back and we went to the wild, wild west.
I understand.
Where the people actually policed and managed themselves. Do they not understand the predicament that they would find themselves in?
No, they know the
all
predicament.
Believe that human nature is basically good. So they
stupid.
don't think that this is why they should all go back and watch Game of Thrones. So you can see what human nature looks like when it can run amok.
Human nature is savage.
It is. That's right.
Do they not understand? Human nature is savage.
I don't think they think about those things.
You can't say that. The Bible said that.
When I look at the DSA, first of all, I'm sorry. Listen, I look at everything. Do you notice that majority of them people are unattractive? Have you ever paid attention?
All the time, because you can't be that angry. You can't be that angry and be cute.
Exactly. They're unattractive. They all look like they need a shower. That girl looked like the other girl that you could smell them through the camera. That's how she looks. She looked like that.
Let me say this.
She looked like she was showered in days. The men are simps. The men are truly the definition of simp. They are soy boy Adams. They are, as your wife just said in the chat, which is what I would say. They are the living, breathing Ahabs of today, while the women are the living, breathing Jezebels of today. So it makes sense that they move like that. And I don't know if they care if America burns down. I don't even think they care that it will go back to the hundreds. Misery loves company.
Yeah, but that would happen. But that would only be for a little bit. They would be done, and then the real men would build it right back up.
That's right.
The way it was. It might take a while. It might take a while to get back there, but it would happen. It's no different than what happened, 200 years ago. The real men would build this thing back up.
I would give it. It'll suffer through it.
I will give it even this though. They don't care about if they got everything. If everything that was promised to them, they got it. They would still find something in that, because they did. If you ask me, they did get what they wanted. Feminists asked to be free and pretty much divorced of men. Right? You don't need a man to get a job. You don't need a man to do financially anything. You don't need a man to do any of that. The problem is now you have to bear all of the consequences that come with that. And they don't like the consequences. And they use that also to blame it on men. They say, well, this, if we got to do this and this, well, men pride themselves off of this. So they even look at the construct of winning as still a patriarchal thing, because if you are successful, that means you got to work hard, and they don't want to work hard.
No,
they don't.
But they didn't get what they wanted, because what
if they got
wanted,
their way, if they got their way, if they got their way, it wouldn't be good for them.
It's not, but they don't care.
It would be very bad for them, and eventually they would have to have a change of heart. You're either gonna find a dude to get on his team, and you're gonna find a crew to get on their team, or it's gonna be over for you.
That's what they do every day on TikTok.
Wise, you speak like somebody who loves your life. I'm telling you. First of all, and Mika, you're correct. But fundamentally, and this is the secret part, they didn't get what they wanted, because the promise wasn't just that you could be able to basically live without men. The promise was that you were going to get to feel as good about yourself as they imagine men feel about themselves. That's what they can't get. That's the lie they were never able to get. They think it's almost like this. It's like there are some Black people, not all. There are some Black people that don't care if they went back to slavery as long as white people went with them. It's not being a slave that's a problem. It's being a slave while someone else is free that bothers them. It's the same thing with this feminist movement. It's not so much they believe that men were walking around living their destiny, kissing the sun every day. This is what they think manhood is. And what is bothering them is for all that they've been given in feminism. They've been given the titles, they've been given the jobs, they've been given the money, they've been given the access, and they still can't feel that way. And that is what is making them angry.
I submit to you all that mentality is not only a danger, but it is a growing mentality. And I think that it's that mentality that's going to play a major role in what the Bible talks about, the end times and the dictatorship that's going to take place, because you need to have stupid people to give power to one man to take over the entire world. And I think that these people are very smart. They know how to find these type of people and how to nurture that kind of mentality, because it makes it easy for them to control them. And if the Bible says it's going to come a time when one man's going to control the entire world, it's going to happen. And stupid people like that are going to be the ones that helps to precipitate this event. So we got to be, every time we see this, we need to understand that all this is happening for a reason and is leading to something. We ain't gonna go back to the caveman day. We're going to the one world order, the one world religion, the Antichrist, the mark of the beast. All that stuff is going to happen, but those people are going to be the ones that's going to help usher that in.
I would agree with that. Shout out to Papa Di, been a member for 10 months.
Those white people be nuts. Wait, I forgot why I said I ain't Black no more. Does that mean I'm crazy now? I love you, Papa Di.
Karen Elliott with the $2 super chat. We're gonna keep it moving.
She would write a love letter to Ted Bundy. She would. She really would. Yes, she would.
Yeah, true that.
Thank you to Reggie the G coming through with the $10 super chat. We appreciate you. Appreciate you. Shout out to the real Pastor Peace coming through with the $5 super chat.
Miss y'all. Can't wait to get back on the show. By the way, common sense is equivalent to accountability.
Okay. Shout out to Teddy Marcel coming through with the $2 super chat.
Bubba Rap Celeste. Stop asking what's smarter. Fool's gonna fool.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Uncle Darnell in the building, $2 super chat.
I'm down with imposing the penalty more often.
Okay. Thank you to Night Mover for the 2 jewels. We appreciate your support. Southern Charm, Go Dogs coming through with the $10 super chat.
Great idea in theory, Celeste, but they can't tell you what a woman is. So how can they cognitive thought enough to understand the benefit of being jailed so they can't recommit a crime?
I'm not saying she could have answered the question, but what I'm saying is if you're going to film it, you make her look stupid in front of other people so that they want to answer the question.
Yeah. Shout out to Cap America coming through with the $10 super chat.
Okay, so in X-Men terms, we're the mutants and the DSA are the friends of humanity.
Oh, Lord.
Yep.
Shout out to Thunderbutt. Oh Lord, where y'all get these names from? You know what I'm saying? We had Taco Sniffer cut last week, and this week we got Thunderbutt. What is going on, man? Thank you for the 2 jewels. Shout out to Night Mover for the 10 jewels. We appreciate your support, and thank you to is that Shakin?
Shakin Mama.
Oh, Shakin Mama. Okay, 2 jewels. Thank you very much.
Amen.
Spaces in the building with the $5 super chat.
Greetings and salutations to you all from the windy, mountainous state of Wyoming. Glad to see you, Miss Celeste. I was about to put out an Amber Alert.
I'm back.
Shaking Mama with the 200 jewels. Thank you very much. And Shaking Mama with the 10 jewels. Thank you very much. Night Mover. Appreciate your support. Thank you so much for joining the ARP family. We appreciate your support. Thank you, Jen Pies, for the 10 jewels. And Miss Tate in the building with the $5 super chat.
Watch Fallen with Denzel. Spiritual realm is at war. People are under demonic possession. We're witnessing demons manifest, not functioning human beings. Amen.
Oh, yeah. That movie, Fallen, that was a good one. That's a good movie right there. It is. Shout out to Cameron Peterson coming through at 750 jewels. We appreciate you. And thank you to Carla Bugs for the 10 jewels. We appreciate your support. I want to play this clip for you guys. I don't know if you guys have been following what's going on in the WNBA, but man, I think this league needs to go away. Seriously, I know they're making more money than they've ever made before in their lives, but this league needs to go away. I want to play this clip for you guys. Celeste, we'll give you the first word. Be quick, but don't hurry. No.
Institution defends.
I'm gonna say be quick and hurry. Okay.
No institution defends men and protects them more than the WNBA. No institution. That's the coach. Trans kids belong. They had a conversation together. They walked up to each other. They had the talk. And by the way, just so you know, we did not know this. I Googled to see which side Cheryl Reeve is on. She's actually a lesbian. Nothing wrong with that. But they're having a conversation here to the left. That's Sophie and her talking. Then the post-game interview, she's being interviewed, the coach, and the question is asked. And here's what the coach had to say.
Before the game, you had a conversation with Sophie Cunningham.
I did.
If you want to share what you talked about, feel free. But more of my question is just how important is it to have those like in-person conversations with people that
I think it's
have
great.
different views?
I think it's great. I think both of us understand that we have platforms, and we both talked about wanting to more than anything educate, and there are some things that we have in common and maybe some things you differ on, just like any issues. And I think it's how you handle things. And so
you can pause it right there. I want you to now watch what Caitlin Clark's coach had to say when she was questioned. This is Caitlin Clark's coach. Okay, go for it.
What is your stance on men or athletes who test as biological male participating in women's sports? What's your personal stance?
Watch your answer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I would say that I'm educated enough from a scientific standpoint. I don't ever believe that exclusion is an answer. I just don't.
Oh my.
No, but wait a minute. You got to keep playing it. Is this the only clip we have? Oh, okay.
I think that's it.
Because she says, I used to play with men when I was a kid. I always played with men when I was a kid. And she answers the question like, I'm not a scientist. I'm not this. I'm not that. And then the game's being played yesterday. Sophie Cunningham gets hit in the face by an elbow that pretty much almost like massive foul. They called the foul on her. I don't even know if we can even play this clip or not. If you can see it. But right there, elbowed in the face. Look at that. Right, do it again.
Whose
on the
fault
elbow.
is that?
Elbow in the face like that. And guess who got the foul? She got the foul, not the girl.
I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I think it's time to get rid of the WNBA, period, full stop, and I'm dead serious. Okay, I'm sick and tired of them using this. No, Adam, I'm dead serious. Like, they're hemorrhaging money every single year.
That shirt says it all. Trans kids belongs. That takes it right out of this little debate that we're having. How do you diagnose trans kids? What's the time frame in which you could say, I have a trans kid? There's no way to do it. If there is a phase, nearly all of them exit it. This was a change in activism, okay? Think about it. Why not wait? Kids going through a phase, why not wait? Because they disappear. The phase goes away. They either become gay, they become lesbian. So why do they do it? Why would you go after children? Childhood gender dysphoria is a transient developmental phenomenon. It's not a fixed identity. So what is behind the idea of trying to fix it? It's because the intervention actually perpetuates it. It creates a higher persistence of the dysphoria. People don't talk about this. Why do you think it bothered me so much when they talked about pronouns or having kids change clothes in the where boys dressed up as girls in Drag Queen Story Hour, or even the name changes? And why did I find that deeply immoral? Because it created a higher persistence of the dysphoria. It was a self-reinforcement, and it warped the natural development of a child. That woman wearing that shirt has no idea what she's talking about.
Bringing politics into sports, the league doesn't have a problem with politics in sports. They have a problem with conservative politics in sports. And I will tell you, Sean, every time Sophie was on the court, every time she was subbed in, every time she threw up the ball, she was booed by the entire stadium virtually, bar me and Jen Say, who is sitting next to me, owner of XXXY Athletics. They're trying to do to her what they've done to people like me, what they do to people like you. They call you reprehensible, totally inaccurate things like racist. And I think that's at best. And they use violence against you at worst. But I will tell you that Sophie is absolutely unshakable. She is unwavering, and that makes her uncancelable. And that sort of confidence and courage that she exudes is certainly contagious.
For a head-to-head basketball game between the defending WNBA champion Las Vegas Aces and a boys high school state title team of my choice. If the Aces beat my team, I will give them $10 million. I know you do have the $10 million. Clay, why are you so willing to put it on the line here for this challenge to the WNBA?
Because the WNBA has right now a lot of coaches that are coming out, including in the last day or two, saying, hey, if a man identifies as a woman, he should be able to play in the WNBA. I think that is absolutely ludicrous. It's absurd. The WNBA commissioner has not spoken out in favor of Sophie Cunningham or even just in favor of basic rules. It's called the WNBA because it's the Women's Basketball Association there, right? If they are going to allow men to play, I think we should have an actual game, not NBA players against WNBA players, high school boys. Let me pick a team. I will put it on pay-per-view. We'll donate all the profits to Tunnel to Towers for wounded warriors, for the families out there that they're helping to take care of, first responders. You know Frank Siller. They do incredible work. We'll put it on pay-per-view. If the high school boys win, I will give them $10 million. If the WNBA team wins, I will give them $10 million. I think we would raise tens of millions of dollars for charity, and I'm putting my money where my mouth is. If the WNBA really doesn't believe that men are that much better than women at basketball, then the champion of the WNBA should be able to beat a bunch of high school boys, Will. So far, they haven't responded. They always talk about how they want more money. This is more money for one basketball game than has ever been paid to win in the history of the sport.
You know they're not going to take that challenge, right? You know they are not going to take that challenge. Every time they've tried to do this, they did it in soccer and they got beat like 10-1 or something crazy like that. Against the women's national team. And I think they didn't even play like a top varsity team. They played like a boys 14 and under team or something like that. Celeste, we'll give you the first word. You can go with this word if you'd like.
Well, I saw a picture, or actually a video of a pool party where Brittany Griner was there with no shirt on. So I'm not sure they're not already piloting something like this. So maybe they've already taken the first initial steps at what it might be like to have someone that may be different than the typical woman on the team. So, you know, they do seem quite partial to experimenting in that way. However, if you think about, and speaking of Brittany Griner, last week she came out and she said that she doesn't like the new WNBA, the WNBA that's making money, that has them now flying on private jets, that has increased all of their salaries so she doesn't have to go to the Russian gulag to make a little extra change in the off season. They now are making enough money that they could stay in the United States all year. But she said she didn't like this new WNBA. because the fans allowed. They have so many people in the stands. It used to be so quiet at their games. You could put your laptop on your lap and get some work done during the game. Now it's loud and it's ruckus, and the fans are complaining about what shots they should have taken or didn't take, and they can't handle they can't handle the actual what happens in sports. They want to go back to when they were making no money. And this is specifically before Caitlin Collins, before
Caitlin
the
Clark,
great
Caitlin
white,
Clark.
I'm sorry, Clark, before the great white hope came in there and brought the money and brought all of the endorsements and the people put the butts in the stands. They want to go back to when it was quiet, when nobody was watching, when they had their own private little club that only they were a part of, and they could shut the whole outside world out and escape all critique and accountability. I think that these women are the same women that was sitting, same woman that was sitting on that bench in the clip before, the same woman that was laying on her mattress, disassociating weeks before that. These are people who are cannibalizing themselves because they are dealing with a mental illness. What we are looking at is crazy. They don't want success. They want happiness. And this new successful league is making them unhappy. And whatever, these women are going to destroy it. They're absolutely going to destroy it. They're the same way the other women are destroying their marriages and why they go in their workplace and they have to be fired. And all of these other complications that come around. We're fooling around with these liberal women, this liberalism taken to the only extent you can when you draw it out is nothing but mental illness. And they do study after study after study and report the high rates of anxiety and depression among liberal women. And I'm telling you, they will destroy. I don't think we have to wait. Although if Clay puts that on pay-per-view, I will watch. I think they should do a series. They should do it like the playoffs. Out of 7 games, let them whoop them 5 times. Let it be a clean sweep. Let's sweep them. You know what I mean? But I think honestly that they are destroying themselves, and they're destroying themselves on purpose because we keep thinking that they want success, and we can't understand why, as the league has become more successful, they have become more despondent. They don't want success. They want happiness. And this new successful league is not making them happy.
I would agree with that, Celeste. This is a welfare activist league.
Yes.
That's what this league is. They've never been able to stand on their, they've never been able to stand on their own 2 feet. They've never turned a profit. And I'm so looking forward to seeing how much money they lose this year. And if you are an investor in the WNBA, if you are, an advertiser in the WNBA right now, you have buyer's remorse right now. These women are destroying the league.
Yes.
I mean, you also got to throw a little bit of shade at ESPN as well, because ESPN started this. Whoever that reporter was that was speaking to Sophie Cunningham, who asked the question, they knew the type of answer that she was going to give that kicked this whole thing off.
Yeah.
The other thing, 2 weeks ago, they had the WNBA All-Star game. And you had the stud buds out there live streaming their shenanigans at the club, and they're all over top of each other. I want to make sure that we stay PG because we may have some children watching. They're all over top of each other. Could you imagine an NBA All-Star game where they're live streaming NBA players all over each other in that same manner? And no one's covering this. No one's, there's been a few independents that have discussed this, but no one's really covering this. The league's trash. This is a trash league. And they're not handling the new attention that they are receiving. Because when you start earning millions of dollars a year, there's responsibility that comes when you're sit down and speak to the media, so forth and so on. They're allowed to get up and walk away, from the podium and not answer questions. And mainstream media does not just destroy them the way that they would men. They're allowed to just skip press conferences in the same type of press conference that men are forced to sit down and do because they earned $1 million. And that's part of the job. That's part of it. When you sign that contract, you also have to speak to the media. That's part of it. So it's like they want the money, but they don't want the responsibility that comes with the attention and the money that they are now receiving. It's a double
because
standard.
They're women. No, it's because they're women.
That's right.
It's similar to what I just said earlier. They're women. I don't care how much testosterone, how many times they, disfigure themselves up here. I don't care what they do. They're never going to be men, just like I keep saying with the whole trans thing. I don't call the XY people ma'am. And so with that being said, that's the problem here. It doesn't matter if you are a gay man on the NBA, right? You still have to deal with the standards. Meanwhile, in the WNBA, we have to deal with all of the nut cases, right? We have to deal with what they might feel here and there, and everywhere, because even as a gay man, you still understand that you are a man. These women they're not dealing with that. They want to be something that they are not, and they're not capable of doing it. And that's what's making them highly upset. But if you get into the whole thing with the young boys playing against professionals, Serena Williams has already done this, and they will by his proxy say, yeah, 230th. Who can't beat the 230th person? A woman. Because we're just not not that fast.
Well,
okay,
we saw
we're not
it in
that
swimming
fast.
too, with old Bill Thomas. We saw it there.
Correct.
What ranked 300, 400th in the world and end up being number one in the women's category.
Correct. And
we've seen this story play out.
That's right.
We're not dealing with rational people. These people are not rational. Brittany Griner is not rational. I was a little, what they would call back in the day, a tomboy. Okay. I was a tomboy. I had dirt bikes, had this, that, and third. I had all of that stuff. However, you grow out of that. Okay. And let's just say maybe there's some little boy that has nothing but aunties, sisters, and his mama and his grandmama. So he sees little things that may make him want to join in what everybody else is doing. That doesn't mean that he's that. It just means that he's a child. 9 times out of 10, what I've seen is that it's being promoted into the child to like these things instead of just letting something take its course. Because most children just want to join in. They just want to have fun, right? And so you look at all of this stuff. It's being cultivated. There's no such thing, and people get upset when I say it. There's no such thing as a trans kid. That you might know one is a little colorful. You might notice a girl may be a little harder, but trans, I've never seen it. I've never absolutely seen that. So they are absolutely pushing it. And I've never seen a bunch of feminists who don't like men in the first place want and push so hard for men to be a part of something that they don't want men to be a part of. But then the men have to subsidize it, but you don't want the men to actually say what's going to go on, but the men need to be a part of it because of the picture. It's confusing. And this is what usually happens when women are in charge.
No, you're absolutely right. And I said this yesterday. Men, if they want that league to survive, men need to take over the league. I'm talking about from commissioner down. You need more men head coaches.
Yes.
The commissioner needs to be a man who is going to let it be known, hey, this league is going to be about entertaining and making money. All this foolishness that y'all talking about, miss me, none of that. And if you go down that road, I'm suspending you. And you go down the road again, we're kicking you out the league. We have to turn a profit. And the way that they're going about this is not ever going to turn a profit. Never.
I don't think they want to, though.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think they want to. I don't think they want to.
I agree.
But but they were selling franchises for, you know, what I think now the WNBA franchise is going for 50 million. People aren't just spending 50 million to not turn a profit now.
That's right.
It was different when you could buy a franchise for a couple $100,000. That's a difference now. They're selling franchises. They just sold there's 3 or 4 new teams that just came into the league this year. And I think each one was like $50 million franchise fee. You don't do that to not turn a profit.
Hopefully the men bought them.
2 Timothy 3:13, Paul says that evil men and seducers are going to wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. We certainly see that happening in women's sports. Those seducing spirits are out there, and this is all intentional. I think it's unfortunate. 1 Corinthians 14:33, the Bible says that God is not the author of confusion. This confusion is a slap in the face to God. It is a rebellion against God. And there's a lot of money in this. There are people who's putting a lot of money and effort behind perverting young people. And the WNBA is an instrument of the devil to pervert young people, to make them go alphabet. And it's just a spiritual warfare that we have to contend with. It's sad. It really is sad. But this is just one of many areas in our society that is being promoted by demonic forces to corrupt our society, and we just have to deal with it. You know, we have to continue to speak out against it and make sure that we don't let them silence us when these kind of subjects come up. We need to speak about it. I think it's wonderful to see the Christians or the people who have a moral decency in the WNBA speaking up. There should be more of them, but I think that they know they're outnumbered, and it takes a bold person to speak out against that kind of madness. And really the children, what they're doing to the children is criminal, man. It's criminal.
No, you're absolutely right. I think they should call this is the not safe for children. You know how they have that not safe for work. This is the not safe for children league.
Amen.
You know, if I had a daughter, she wouldn't be playing basketball. There would be no no want or, aspirations to join the WNBA.
No way.
No, thank you. You know, I'd find, hey, she'd be playing golf or volleyball or bowling, something. It wouldn't be basketball.
That's right.
Crystal, we'll give you the last word on this and we're going to keep it moving.
I don't know what to say, because all I feel is that the people, the feminist movement who hates the patriarchy, they sure love the patriarchy, because patriarchy is the definition of trying to invite men into women's sports. That is the definition of patriarchy. But you're so stupid, you don't know that you're stupid. That's how bad it is. So you're trying to invite men into women's sports. And the thing is, let's talk about the confusion. I'm sure there are Gen X babies in here, there are baby boomers in here, there are even Zennials and older millennials. I'm sure if I ask everybody in the chat to put a 1 in the chat, if you had 0 to maybe 5 people in your whole high school career that had gender dysphoria, you will probably get a whole bunch of ones, because people are like, no, we didn't have a lot of, there weren't people in my class going through my whole school career from elementary school all the way through college. There were
That's a recent phenomenon.
I'm a 0.
That were going through gender dysphoria. Now, when you talk about nowadays, it's like every 2 students. It's like this student
it's promoted
for this student, and it's like, why is it? Maybe
right.
it's the indoctrination that y'all are pushing. And so y'all try this indoctrination in everything, in the cartoons, in the education, and in sports. And I love the fact that in women's tennis, which that y'all know that's my bread and butter, because that's what I grew up with, Martina Navratilova came out and said, no, it doesn't matter what their preferences are behind closed doors. This is women's tennis, not tennis for everybody. Because as Mika rightly pointed out, I watch Serena and them try to play male players, and they always fail. And this wasn't the first time. They've done it before. Growing up going to the US Open, you would see them have the little tournaments and the little matches where your top male players and your top female players come together. And every time the female player got blown out, it didn't matter.
Yeah. They couldn't even return the serve.
Exactly. It didn't matter if you were a Steffi Graf, a Monica Seles. It didn't matter who you were.
Right.
These men were coming in and they were going, and that's it. As I said, my daddy let us, when we were training, we played with the boys, but it was to help us get stronger to go against the girls. We weren't beating the boys. We weren't ever beating the boys. We would hope we could. Can we at least get 2 games?
Can you get a point or so? Can you get a game off of them?
But for the most part, you were, because you practiced against these guys, when you had to come play these girls, other females, you were ready. You could kind of domineer in that situation. With that being said, nobody was inviting men to be in the professional sports. And the thing that people don't understand, the thing that irritates me with these coaches and these people, it's the selfishness that irritates me. Because you made it where you need to make it in life. And you don't think about the little girls that are behind you that are giving up their life, that they have dedicated, they have invested to, because they want to be the next Sophie, they want to be the next Caitlin, they want to be the next whoever. You don't care about them. So no, we should put the biological boys and girls. Why? It's not fair to the young girls that are growing up. And that is how selfish you are. I don't care about your your fake feminist movement, because you don't believe in feminism. If you did, you would have never invited the patriarchy into the female sports. You would have never done it. Don't come with your foolish excuses. It doesn't make any sense what you said.
Amen.
But the beautiful outlook out of all of this is, regardless of all their foolishness, America says what they believe in. So when you look and you see the top jerseys being sold are Caitlin Clark's and Sophie Cunningham, that tells you America don't care, y'all, and your little politics that y'all want to push, the narrative y'all trying to push. America said, we want no parts. Like Celeste always says, we don't believe y'all have as much votes as y'all think y'all. Y'all voting base ain't that big. Your ideology, it's just that the media puts y'all in the front. Let y'all be loud so that no one else could hear the people with common sense. But common sense people, when we go to the bank, common sense people always show out. Because if people didn't believe in what Sophie and them were saying, those jerseys would not be the top jerseys being sold in the WNBA. So y'all keep pushing that foolishness. Y'all, I agree with oh boy on PBD. Y'all just need to get rid of that league, because it's more of debauchery and less about sports. The fact that y'all can even play the All-Star game and y'all look atrocious. Y'all look like beginners on the basketball.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. It was very bad. It was very, 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 it was very. I mean, the thing is that, and Crystal, you're right. They don't like the patriarchy, but they want the patriarchy's money. Because if it wasn't for the patriarchy, that league would not exist.
That's right.
If they had to stand on their own 2 feet, that league would have been gone 25 years ago.
That's right.
And then they would have said it was your fault.
Yeah, well, y'all wouldn't support. Well, that's what they were saying anyway. Men don't support the league, but I'm like, women don't support the league.
We don't support it because
when's the last time you go to a WNBA game? You lived out in the DC area. When's the last time you go to a WNBA game?
I've never been to a WNBA game back when it's quiet, and I've never been to one now that it's loud. So there's no and I'm actually a basketball fan. You just don't want to watch women with hair hats on running up and down the court missing layups. Well, not only that, to me the game isn't as exciting.
No, it's not.
That's because the rim is too high.
Yeah,
the rim is too
it's
high.
Not as exciting. I like, I came up in the NBA, and I have teams, and my whole family's a basketball family. So I like basketball. This is not about basketball, but to me, it's not an exciting game to watch women play. So I never have, and I suspect I never will.
Nika, when's the last time you going to it? I know you up there. When's the last time you going to a WNBA game?
When I performed for the opening of the Mystic Stadium in Southeast. That was it.
They did do that new stadium. Yes.
That was it. That's all. But I'll tell you this, if they were smart, when they, I think it was the Fever, when they came here to play, they had to do it in Capital One Arena.
Yeah. I remember that.
And that was because of Caitlin. right?
Mhm.
And I said, if you were smart, all of the quote unquote black players that are like, we're good. If you were smart, you would use her to put a spotlight on you.
That's
And
what the NBA
anybody
did.
else, yeah, and anybody else that was that good. Okay, maybe no one noticed it because of no one was watching the sport, but now they are. So go ahead and shine. Sometimes it takes, one person for everybody else to get shine. They do this in music. They take maybe the best talent out of the group and they make them solo, and then now the group has a whole deal, and you can now showcase the whole group. At the end of the day, they're not using Caitlin Clark effectively. And if this was a man smart,
No,
that's
they're
why I
not
said they
interested
don't
in
want
that.
to.
They don't want
That's
to.
why I
Well, that's
said
the
it's
but
not
that's
about
also
it.
the difference between men and women. See,
That's
men,
That's why I
when
said if it was a
Bird and
men's
Magic
group, they
came in,
would have did it.
when Bird and Magic came into the league and they took the league by storm, they said, hey, we're gonna put everything on Bird and Magic. And then they're gonna get promoted and they're gonna help us grow the game, and then everybody's gonna get paid. And then 5 or 6 years later, here comes MJ, and they said, hey, MJ's now the face of the league. Everybody's gonna jump on his shoulders. We're gonna promote the heck out of him. It's gonna grow our game, and everybody is going to get paid on the back of MJ.
That's right.
And for whatever reason, women refuse to do that. They refuse
Because
to
it's
do it.
women. Because their main objective is not success, it's happiness.
Happiness.
So Bird and Magic could get a whole league involved in this, create this rivalry, and go back. And they did this for over years. This wasn't. I mean, they went 10,
and then they
years
passed
on
the
this
torch.
rivalry.
Think about that. It was Bird and Magic, and then they passed the torch to MJ. Nobody complained.
Nobody
because
complained.
Hey, ratings went up. That means the money went up.
And
Everybody,
nobody
we
liked
all
him.
getting paid.
Nobody liked MJ at first.
No,
Nobody
they didn't.
liked him.
Can I just point out, women's sports is so amazing. Women's tennis, women's track, women's soccer, women's volleyball. Soccer maybe, but women's volleyball definitely. And especially track and tennis, women's sports, amazing. And that's the one that those sports are the sports that I can actually watch both. I enjoy the men, I enjoy the women. It's amazing. They live in who they are, meaning these are men, these are women. They play the way they're supposed to play, and I enjoy it. I even enjoy a little bit of the LPGA. Again, women doing what they're supposed to. They look like women. They play. Listen,
well,
I've never watched a WNBA game. I've never been interested in the WNBA game. I remember a few years back, a little while back, I was living here in Atlanta. I had just moved here, and my dad had connected me with someone who was trying to figure out this. Of course, it's for Caitlin Clark and all that, how to increase the marketing and so on and so forth about the WNBA. So they asked me to put together a proposal for coming on to help market it. And I remember putting this whole proposal saying, these are let's hype the beautiful women that are able to go out there and play sports, be women, and still play basketball. Let's just say that proposal was rejected. Okay, clearly I'm not working for that
because women they don't want women to have you're being male identified if you want to stand in the fact that you're a woman. A woman is beauty. Like that's the first thing. I don't know why we want to run away from that.
I'm not sure a lot of the women on those teams. Now I don't know this. Maybe the women who identify as lesbian can let me know if this is true. I'm not sure that they would feel comfortable with that.
No.
Well, no,
with beauty being I don't know that they. Maybe
I don't know, man. I mean, because you look at the LPGA, they do that. You look at tennis, they do that. You look at women's volleyball, they do it. On the flip side of that too, the games are different, and the women embrace the games. Female tennis is different. It's a different game than male tennis. Female volleyball is a different game than male volleyball.
That's right.
Golf, they play from shorter tees.
That's right.
Yes.
I'm with Mika. They needed to lower the goal 25 years ago.
You'll see some dunks. They already made the ball smaller.
They wouldn't be missing all these layups.
Yep.
Go on to lower that rim down about 8.5, 9 feet.
Absolutely,
come on,
absolutely. Man. But that pride over there with the WNBA for some reason, it's very different.
Yep. They forgot that I don't think they forgot that this is entertainment. That's what they forgot. But we're gonna read some super chats.
Wait, hold on. I just have to point out something my sister just put in the chat.
Over there.
I have to point out what my sister just put in the chat because that's very true. If you remember in tennis, Anna Kournikova made a whole career in tennis for just
she never won anything.
She was just beautiful.
She never won anything.
Nothing.
What's the other one in? What's the other one in racing?
Danica Patrick.
Danica Patrick. Yes.
Then can't do nothing.
Never won anything.
But
never won a thing.
She drive like she was driving a Honda.
Yeah,
like,
never won a thing.
Maybe there's some hope for me in sports, and I'll go. Send me. I'll go. I can't bounce a ball, but I'll be down there.
There's something to be said for women being women.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thank you to Brother Daniel coming through with the $50 super chat. Says off to a great start, ARP family panel. God bless you all. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate you. Thank you, Miss Rosa, for gifting one ARP family membership. If you received that one, make sure you show Miss Rosa some love. Shout out to Jeff. It's not your fault. Allen Recovery Channel, $11 super chat.
Forgive me. I assumed the W in WA meant women's. Did I miss something?
Women's.
You missed it.
Shout out to Brother Daniel coming through with the $20 super chat.
If they would stand up for real, they would get real support from the fans. How they are getting the attention now. Shake my head. I agree.
Shout out to Jeff. It's not your fault. Allen Recovery Channel, $11 super chat.
Caitlin Clark and Sophie account for 77% of all jersey sales. Viewership up because of them. Let's get rid of them. League's a joke. It will return to obscurity if they leave. It really would. It really
That's why
would.
they should be protecting them like they protect LeBron. I don't like
MJ
LeBron being able to get all,
yeah.
being able to get all those, fouls and things like that. But the reason why they make sure they protect him because he's bringing in the money.
Yeah. Shout out to Brother Daniel with the $5 super chat.
What's the W for? LOL.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeff. It's not your fault. Allen Recovery Channel, $11 super chat.
Brittany Griner recently
Lord,
took
Jeff.
a medical leave of absence. Recently, she got a clip.
Jeff, good Lord. Thank you, Miss Tate, for the $2 super chat.
I love Select.
Finally, somebody. Thank you.
Well, you've been, BWC, come on now.
Exactly.
Shout out to Benjamin Broward coming through with the 10 jewels. We appreciate your support. Thank you, Jeff, for the $11 super chat. It's not your fault, Allen Recovery Channel.
Sorry, 82%. Believe the way Sophie does. And Sophie's sneakers is getting sold. So everything with Sophie is,
Shout out to Steve Edmister coming through with the $5 super chat.
As Archie Bunker and Evie used to sing, women are women and men are men. Sounds like common sense. That's right.
Those were the days.
Shout out to Eric Romine, $5 super chat.
I think it is because they actually have to play. No more lashes, locks, or manicures. They didn't know what to do when talent came to the league.
Good point.
Shout out to Jeff once again. It's not your fault, Allen Recovery Channel, $11 super chat.
NFL had the worst officiating of all time in 2025. WNBA, hold my beer.
Thank you, Vicky, for being a member for 12 months. Thank you very much.
I mean, for real, NBA is no better. Male cheerleaders, nope.
They have.
Thank you to Joe Crawford gifting 20 ARP family memberships. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you, brother. If you receive one of those, please make sure you show Joe some love in the chat. Shout out to Eric May for the 440 jewels. Appreciate your support. Thank you to Gail Sarr coming through with the $50 super chat. Appreciate you.
Boomer here with gender dysphoria when young, but grew out of it. Realized I like boys, didn't want to be one. And that's what I'm talking about. Thank you for saying that.
Yes.
And that's my point.
Shout out to Mark Black for the 200 jewels. We appreciate your support. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jeff. Once again, it's not your fault. Allen Recovery Channel, $11 super chat.
It's because they are Caucasian, straight, God-loving women. Fix it for you.
Captain Caveman in the building with the $10 super chat.
Late to this convo, but you guys are being totally disrespectful. It's the GNBA, Gestating National Basketball Association. I'm calling Justice Jackson. I cannot.
Oh, man.
I cannot. Oh my
man.
goodness.
Thank you, Captain Caveman, for the $2 super chat.
I'm a fan of women's beach volleyball, LOL.
A lot of folks are fans of women's beach volleyball. A lot of folks are fans of women's beach volleyball.
Good
Shout out to
introduction,
Sin 55 coming through with the 200 jewels. We appreciate your
Maybe
support.
that's what the WNBA needs to do. Go back to the NBA's former uniform. We can get a
Short
whole
shorts.
Oh, the
lot
little
of
short
things.
shorts from the 80s.
Short shorts and
Oh,
long.
We're gonna have a
man.
whole lot of new
Oh,
viewership.
man. Oh, shout out to Cap America coming through with the $10 super chat.
What's wrong with Kathan? Oh, wait, she's white. By the way,
Why?
where do you see the most celebs and athletes from other sports? NBA games. Less talent than LaToya Jackson.
Lord have mercy.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh,
Y'all bad, man.
God, did
Shout out to
LaToya
Kiwan
like that.
Lynette with the $2 super chat.
Don't do that, Celeste. We love you. The View needs you.
Amen.
They absolutely
Shout out
do
to
it.
M Coda 2180 coming through with the 200 joules. We appreciate you. TCLP 8760 with the $2 super chat.
I hope my cousin won't fall prey to these players. We'll keep them in prayer. Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to navigate them waters, man. Hard to navigate them waters. Shout out to Corey Brown coming through with the $2 super chat.
Danica Patrick did win the Japan 300 in IndyCar.
I can't.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't.
Okay. Shout out to Bubby coming through with the 10 joules. We appreciate your support. And we'll be right back with the mess of the week.
Come on,
Yes.
man.
now.
It's a mess every week. Gotta be strong, can't be weak. These folks crazy, it's a mess in these streets. Get ready for the mess of the week. Ooh, girl, these folks so crazy.
All right, everybody. So this week's mess is the backlash against Sophie Cunningham. Okay. Imagine getting attacked for saying women deserve to have women in their sports and only women. Here's what really gets me. The WNBA coaches can't even answer simple questions like who sounds so terrible to say that women belong in women's sports. Why? Because they're afraid of offending biological men who identify as women, and they shouldn't. However, the same activists spend all day saying men are the problem, suddenly have no problem with saying that these same biological men deserve to enter into women's spaces. Make it make sense. If women can't have one space that's based for biological sex, then what exactly are we fighting for? What happened to protecting women's spaces? What happened to opportunities for women? And then get into the economics of it all, scholarships, records, and then safety. And let's talk about the teenage girls that were booed because they didn't want to compete against biological boys. When they did stand up for girls, it was a controversy. Why? Whether you agree with Sophie Cunningham or not, she's been willing to say what a lot of people in her sport and just nationally won't say. And whether you agree with her or not, she's not afraid to take a stance and she's not afraid to catch heat. Women's rights shouldn't disappear. Women's rights shouldn't only appear. And women's rights will definitely disappear in the moment the conversation gets uncomfortable. This is the mess of the week. We just cleaned it up.
The bunny up. It's a mess every week. Gotta be strong, can't be weak. These folks crazy, it's a mess in these streets. Get ready for the mess of the week. Ooh, girl, these folks so crazy.
I love it. I mean, she cleaned that mess up.
Yes.
She cleaned that mess
Good
up.
job.
Yes, she did.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, she
Thank
cleaned
you.
it up.
Yeah,
I
that
love
that
that
whole
song.
thing just got me heated the whole week. I had it on my live stream last night. I just didn't like it. Like they're men. What are we fighting about?
With you
Come on.
100%.
Look at that. So we were right on time then. Right on time. Look at that.
Mm.
Shout out to Corey coming through. $2 super chat.
And big ups to women's beach volleyball. LOL. Listen, I guess everybody love women's beach volleyball. And to everybody in the chat, yes, I love women's gymnastics too. and I love women's ice skating. Again, all activities
Women.
for women are women.
Yes, women
It's
being
amazing.
women.
You'll get, they're like, why aren't men watching the WNBA? But men are watching women's beach volleyball.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, they are.
I wonder why.
And the women
Take
are
my
strong
advice.
in
Because they act like
gymnastics.
women.
The
They are
gymnastics,
strong.
Yeah, they are strong.
and the thing
Them
that's
little
interesting,
tiny girls are like little power packs.
Yeah, they
and the
are.
thing that's interesting, you notice that you don't have to beg men to come to women's volleyball, beach volleyball. You don't have to beg men to come to women's tennis. You don't have to beg men to come to women's gymnastics. There's a reason why men will show up for these things.
No, the softball games too. Them softball games be
Come to the women's
softball games be lit.
They got to slide across.
Them softball games be lit. I got to get it to the softball ladies. Shout out to you say that, is that
Davis Moon.
Davis Moo? Okay, coming through, $5 super chat.
Mika, I've said that for years. The WNBA needs to go back to the NBA old uniforms. I remember when they had like the lingerie football league. That was
And men watch, and those women could play.
Those women could play,
They
and
could
men were
play.
watching.
They was out there hitting. I got to get it to them. They was out there hitting.
They was cracking.
Yeah, they were. Shout out to Alita coming through with the $5 super chat.
Anyone here was a fan of the ladies football league? I missed that. That's what I'm saying. They men used to watch the women play in the female football league. They were tuning in.
And you know who played football? You know who played football? Sophie Cunningham.
Yes, she did.
She was a kicker.
Oh, really?
She played.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she played with the males on her high school team. She was a kicker.
Go figure. Just an athlete, huh? Shout out to Cap America coming through with the $5 super chat.
Let me holler at fellow gamers real quick. Over the course of your life, have you ever seen a WNBA 2K game on the shelf of a local GameStop? No, never.
I have not seen it.
Oh,
I've never
No, I can't say that I
How
have.
about that one?
It wouldn't surprise me if they try to put them on a new 2K game or something like that as an option. I think, matter of fact, I think they do have the WNBA in there as a option that you can play within the actual 2K game.
Really?
No one would buy it if they just put out the WNBA 2. No one would buy that. Are you kidding? Most people couldn't name a player on their local team.
Game where they used to have
NBA Live. Let's see. You got NBA Live.
Where you could
Lakers
jump
versus
across.
Celtics.
Yeah, you're never getting a woman with that.
Oh, you're talking about NBA Jams.
Yeah,
NBA
and they used to
Jams.
have the flames and
Yeah, he's on fire. Yeah, that was my
Yes,
game back in
yes.
the day, man. Oh, that was my game back in the day.
My dad played that game like no other all day long.
I used to play that. We used to play that game a lot. Shout out to Charles Black, the Decadent. Okay, all right. I like that. Okay, the Decadent. All right, now. Thank you for the 2 jewels. We appreciate that. Shout out to Barry Barron Jr. with the $10 super chat.
The WA can't say none to trans because of Brittany Griner. She thinks she's a man. If they say no about trans, one of their biggest stars, and her and him, Shim fans would be upset. You just call them Shim. Shim fans would be upset. Yes, they would.
Captain Caveman with the $5 super chat.
Come on,
100% Captain. Can't forget about Glow, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. Telling my age now. I'm telling you, men used to watch that too.
Yeah, I remember watching that back in the day when I was a kid. I remember Glow. Hey, they came out with they actually came out with a TV series, talking about it was like a television series that was about Glow. It's actually really good. Really good. I think they only had the 1, maybe 2 seasons, but really good. Really good. Really good show.
Ronda Rousey and them. Don't think men watch that too?
Oh, UFC? No, men love watching the women.
Watch the women fighting. Absolutely. I don't know if I'm a big fan of it, that much of a fan of it, because I just don't like watching women get punched in the face like
Me
that.
neither. Yeah, that's hard for me.
But there are men that love watching the UFC. They like watching the fight game. I'm just not.
And they know. And they know the stats of the women. They know it.
Yeah, no, they're into it. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that are into it.
But again, the women are fighting like women, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes.
Yeah, some of them are.
They're being women as they fight. They're not trying to be men as they fight. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right, but they have the see. I think it's men don't mind watching women's sports. I think it's when women don't go the extra mile like the men, when they don't, do certain things like the women in UFC, they fight.
Oh, they're training hard. Yes,
It-
and they're really
it-
fighting. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
That's very true.
Shout out to the New Life coming through. Been a member for 3 months.
Yep. Did y'all forget about roller derby? The women were fun to watch. That's
That
very
was-
true.
That was
pretty
fun.
good.
I
Yeah,
like
was-
that.
Yeah, I like the roller
Yeah, I
derby
love
too. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
Roller
that.
was
another
cool.
one.
I
Even
remember
though
that.
they
Yeah, that
elbowed
was
each
pretty
other
good.
once in a while.
That was
Yeah,
pretty good.
I
That was
enjoyed it.
pretty good. Oh yeah. I don't want to spend too much time, on this. We're kind of over time, but I gotta play it. This is hands down. I wasn't going to talk about this, but we got to. Might as well. Hands down, the worst rendition of the Star Spangled Banner you have ever heard in your life. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, but there is now a women's professional baseball league. I'm not sure exactly what they're calling it, but it's a women's professional baseball league. They had their inaugural season over the weekend. And this was hands down. I mean, if you guys watch Fergie, the Fergie Star Spangled Banner was bad, but this one takes the cake. This one takes the cake. I'm telling you. Be prepared. It's rough. And I'm gonna let it play too. So I don't want to hear nobody say, stop it. I'm gonna let it play. It's gonna play all the way through.
Oh, fear.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I get a dog so.
I must be the only one that did not know it was a pro baseball league for women. Like, I literally just found that out like 15 minutes ago. I did not know we had a women's pro baseball league. And the only reason I found out about this was some horrible national anthem singing that I seen on Twitter.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn?
Yeah, and that was like really bad.
Like, my God, that was actually horrible.
My God,
That stinks.
But yeah, that's how I found out that we had a pro baseball league for women. And they are actually really good. Like, for take a look at this throw. Now watch. I don't know who this lady is, but that was a hell of a throw. Hell of a catch too. Hell of a catch. I love that catch.
Who was that?
She looked like Curry. Like, I think the league made his debut like 2 days ago or something. And this was the first home run of the league. I don't know where that ball went. But yeah, that was the first home run. I believe this was the first strikeout of the league. I'm impressed. She struck out by Shohei Ohtani's sister. Okay, this lady got her first
Good Lord.
first run. I'm impressed. Now, as of right now, it's only 4 teams. Boston, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and New York. But I'm sure they will add some more in the future. I actually like that. A lot.
Why isn't MLB supporting the Women's Professional Baseball League? This is obviously a multifaceted issue, but something that really kind of touches close to my heart because I love Major League Baseball. It comes down to business. The Women's Professional Baseball League is its own separate entity aside from Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball recently invested into the AUSL, the softball league, which means that they're not going to be investing in Women's Professional Baseball League, which is so silly to me, but that's a separate issue.
Okay, I just wanted to play that. I mean, for the people that really do not like the patriarchy, they sure love the patriarchy money. They sure love it. Now, Celeste, I'm gonna give you the first word because your reaction to this daggone Star Spangled Banner, this anthem singing, goodness gracious, priceless. But this is bad. This is really bad. Whose idea was it to hire Miss Martha Reeves?
That's the question.
To sing this anthem, and did they not get a chance to hear her before hand? Did she have to audition? I thought you had to audition for these things.
That's the question.
So everyone knows I've confessed on this panel that if I could be anything, if I could have any talent, everyone knows that I've been derived of talent. But if I could have had one, it would have been a singer. I have a very good ear for music and for singing. I do not have a good throat for it, but I have the ear for it. And so I understand the desire to want to sing. I do. I am with those women in that desire. But the appropriate thing to do once you know you can't sing is to do what I've done, is to step back and let those who sing, and you are going to just have to be in the position of being able to enjoy it. But unfortunately, and you got to make your peace with that. What we saw is 3 women well into their senior years who have never made their peace with the fact that they cannot sing. And they said, nope, I'm going to go. And if this is my one, only, or last chance, and give it the old college try. But what was best about the whole thing is a quarter of the way into the song, I assume she was the lead, because the Black lady stepped away from the group. She put some distance between her and them so that she could have the space she needed to shine and to flourish. She said, don't lump me in here. I got to fly. I've got to spread my wings. I've got to lift my head to the hills and let the voice go. So I just can say, bless her, bless the people in the stadium who listen, bless the young ladies in their inaugural game who were able to compose themselves and continue to play, and they were not derailed by what had happened in that stadium earlier. But it is an act of restraint and discipline and sanity to be real with yourself at some point in your life and have an assessment of what you can do and what you can't do. And it's unfortunate that these women have come to this far along in their life and they were never able to complete that self-assessment.
I'm unburdened by what listening to that rendition. Hands down, one of the worst renditions. And I'm a pretty patriotic person. I'm a pretty patriotic. When I hear the Star Spangled Banner, I want to pop tall. I want to get into parade rest, so forth and so on. I don't know if I could have stomach to listen to that inside of that stadium. Without screwing up my face, like, what is going on here? Seriously, whoever hired this individual, they need to be fired. You are no longer allowed to choose the people to sing the Star Spangled Banner.
That was a favor. Today. Somebody called in a favor and said, Mama and the girls gonna have to sing. That was, nobody hired that. That was a favor. And they had been pushing it off and they couldn't no longer.
Oh, Lord.
They had to go in there and bring Mama and the girls in.
Somebody said, how about an alarm clock? Hey, that actually would make for a great alarm. For an alarm clock. It would definitely. I mean, if that won't wake you up, I don't know what will.
Drive you out of your house.
If you're not out of bed,
you're like, I'm up.
Seriously. After hearing that, I don't know what will wake you up, because
all I could think about when I first saw it is the Tone Rangers. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that movie with Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston. But the Tone Rangers, I would have rather them sing.
I love the Tone Rangers.
Than hear that. Yes,
the Tone Rangers are about they were about that now.
What do you say? She did not do that.
Don't you dare speak ill of the Tone Rangers, okay?
This was absolutely ridiculous. I have sung the national anthem. I have performed at it was the Verizon Center then, but it's called Capital One Arena. So I understand all of the acoustics that go on, but I have never And I do mean never seen that. I've seen people go off key, try to catch themselves, things like that. That I don't know what that is. And as a singer, as a person that loves music, any kind of music, I couldn't have done it. I couldn't have done it. You could have got a high school choir to do that. Okay, they would have absolutely loved to do it. There's all types of talented people. I'm in agreement with Celeste. That was a favor. Okay, somebody's mama then call somebody's mama then call somebody's mama, and she was available, because absolutely there was no way you would have brought them on. And then what happened to rehearsals? What normally you have to do, because when I did it at the stadium, I had to do it with nobody there, so I can get the range and everything. Like, what happened to that? Nobody heard this. Nobody.
Whitney didn't rehearse.
That's Whitney though.
Nobody. Normally though, for something like this is a big, this is their opening, right? So you would think they would have had all of that.
Yeah, you would think. Minister Denzel, have you noticed there's a trend here? Women's sports get a bunch of publicity for everything except the sport. No one would be talking about this league if it wasn't for this terrible rendition, of the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh my goodness, that's a heck of a way to start off, man. Listen, I've sang the national anthem when I was working as a college administrator. I sang the national anthem for our men's basketball team on a number of occasions. Man, I would never think I would. We got to stop telling people that they can sing. Just stop it. You stop telling your friends and your family they can sing when you know they can't sing. Because this is the kind of thing that it leads up to. This is the kind of disaster. This should have been a crime. They should have been arrested. They should have been locked up. They should have just lock them up. Put them in jail for a couple of nights. Let them think about what they just did. But you're right, Wise. You're right, Wise. Whoever let them do that, man, they should be barred from the league for a while. Because that was torture. And I feel for them because they're elderly people. Put them in a home someplace and keep them out of society for a while. Or put them under protective custody so that nobody. Because I can imagine what people are saying to them right now. We ought to protect them from the public, because that was atrocious, man.
The sad part about it is these are the kind of people with all the confidence.
Yes. Yeah, man.
These are the kind of people that if you ask them, they're going to get up and sing for you. They got the confidence. They're terrible. They're awful. But they
Celeste said it right.
That's why
Celeste said it right. She thought she stepped out there like Beyonce stepping away from Kelly. She's like, I was like, whoa, no.
She was ready for her shine. You was not going to interrupt. You know what though? When they arrest them, Minister Denzel, they need to be playing "Mary, Don't You Weep, Martha, Don't You Moan." Okay? That's what they need in the car when they're driving them away. Somebody needs to be singing "Mary, Don't You Weep, Martha."
You need to have harmony for that song. Oh goodness.
Now, I think listen, we're gonna put some respect on Miss Martha's name, because we did enjoy her in Dancing in the Streets. That is a Motown legend there. It's just that she got older.
Oh wait, that was her?
Yes, that's her. That's a Motown. That's a Motown celebrity.
Yes. Hold up. What?
Yes.
Y'all didn't know that women she picked up along the roadside.
I don't know who that ladies are, but that's who that is.
Are you being serious?
I'm being 100% serious. Yes.
Stop it, Crystal. Stop it, Crystal. Stop telling
everybody in the chat recognized it too. I knew who it was after Wise told me. I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's who. Yes, that's the lady that's saying dancing.
Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody.
I am not hurt over this.
Yes, that was her.
Oh no!
But y'all gotta remember, number one, she's 85. She's 85. Number two, Miss Martha said that what she said, because everybody's going after her, and she was like, she's learned a lot over the 60 years of performing live, and it was an incredible honor. But she said the field conditions weren't right. The monitors were off, and she went through
the mic wasn't right.
So
the mic ain't have reverb on it.
I think that girl, the young lady who said that the MLB could have paid. I think that's why she said it, because they couldn't afford I don't know who's a top performer right now.
Oh my goodness.
They couldn't afford none of those people right now, so they had to. They
could
had
have
to
found some local talent. Come on, man. They could have found some local
Could have
talent.
went to the church.
The dog catcher would have did a better job.
And brought them down to the field.
You know the UPS man always be singing when he dropped.
They wanted a big
Come
name.
on, now.
That's what they wanted a name, a recognizable name, and that's what I'm down. Because so unless Miss Martha got some family, some kinfolk that's playing in the league, maybe that's it. But they wanted somebody known, and they brought her out. And listen, Miss Martha she understood the assignment, y'all, because everybody had to go check this out. And now people were like, wait, hold on, there's a professional baseball league for women. She did her job now. She got
she definitely brought attention.
I want to know this. I want to know this. Who was clamoring for another women's league? Who was clamoring for this?
Nobody.
Seriously. Who was clamoring to watch women play baseball? I want to know.
Women in New York, Boston, all the four cities that they named.
They're young girls.
The ones that have leagues.
You know how that goes. They're young girls who've been practicing, and because didn't they make Little League where they have girls on the sports in baseball now? I think they did create that.
They probably did.
Little League for girls.
Yeah, not the regular softball, but actual little league. I think they're girls in Little League baseball now. So
yeah, my sister played, but she only played up to like maybe 5th grade, and then she went to softball.
Well, I think they played pretty well. I mean, what the
They
footage
did
they
play
showed, they
well.
look pretty good.
A little bit of clips I saw. I'm just saying, who was clamoring for this?
Well,
seriously,
wise, they could have this and just get rid of the WNBA.
Thank you.
If we have good female leagues, we can keep the good female leagues and get rid of the trash ones.
And they were cute. They were cute.
Yeah, you got my vote,
baby. And my sister just said it. A League of Their Own. You remember that movie? A League of Their Own.
That was a good movie.
That was a very good movie. Yep.
At least their ticket prices. I had to look up their ticket prices real quick. At least their ticket prices are reasonable. General admissions $20 to get into a game. One of the top front row seats $52. At least they're reasonable. You know, WNBA is charging upwards of $1,000 for a ticket.
The men's the men's MLB isn't that expensive. Like I
you
go
can
to
get
Nats all the time.
You can go to a Natty game for, you catch it on the right day, you can get a ticket for $10, $11.
Can I just say, so my sister and I think it was Kiwan said something so sweet to you. They said it's okay that you didn't get the gift of the tune of singing. You have a way with words.
Yes, you do.
Yep.
Baby. Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you do.
Well, you know, the Lord.
All right.
Let's
read these last little super chats and we're gonna get out of here.
Crystal, come on.
Okay.
Oh, I think I read that one already. Shout out to Captain Caveman, $2 super chat.
Was somebody tickling their feet with feathers?
Leave it to Captain Caveman. Leave it to him. Thank you for the $2 super chat, brother.
Said, Wise just declared war on my TV.
That's fair.
Thank you to Sheila Ford for the $2 super chat.
Whatever we did to deserve this, Wise, I am so sorry.
Blame it on Papa Dot. Papa Dot always talking trash. You know what I'm saying? Blame it on Papa Dot. Papa Dot gets the blame, okay?
Oh, man, that was torture.
Thank you for Captain Caveman, $2 super chat.
And who the hell is Jose? And why can't he see Jose?
That was good.
Oh, man.
That was good.
Oh my goodness.
Captain Caveman coming through with the $5 super chat.
Wow.
I will support a young women's baseball league. Remember that young girl, Monet Davis, in 2014? She was exciting. I wish there was a league for her.
She was good. She could play. That little young lady could play. Yeah. That is true. I remember that. I definitely remember that. Shout out to Teddy Marcel coming through with the $2 super chat.
Martha is equivalent to those lying ASL signers.
Shout out to Captain Caveman coming through with the $5 super chat.
She sounds like me when I was a young kid singing into the fan with the blade on high. I thought no one would beat Roseanne Barr. Shake my head.
I remember Roseanne Barr. This might be a little tie, a little competition.
People are competing between Roseanne Barr, Fergie, and Carl Lewis.
Yeah, those are the three. We might need to throw that up there as a poll. Who did it? Who did it worse? Davis Moo coming through with the $5 super chat.
This still doesn't top Carl Lewis' messy version of the national anthem.
Really? Carl Lewis was bad. But I think
Worse
this one
than
beats
that?
it. I think this one beats it.
No, it wasn't worse.
I think this one beats it, man. I'm
I
sorry.
think this one beat it.
It was the hold and the vibrato that she kept doing.
Yeah, it was too much.
They gotta get
The way she ended that song was everything. Okay.
She just knew she was handling her business.
Yeah, and she had a little ad lib.
Yeah, yes, she did. She was handling that thing, boy.
She stepped away. She said, "Let me add something more to it."
Listen, we not gonna take. We gonna put some spec on Miss Martha's name now, y'all.
Can I tell you something? That was just. I cherish it.
Shout out to Dion. Thank you, Dion, for coming through with the $2 super chat.
Alvin and the Chipmunks would have sounded better.
Absolutely.
They would.
They can sing now.
I'm with you on that one.
Oh, my Christmas.
Thank you to SB coming through with the 200 joules. We appreciate you. Thank you to Jimmy Lucas, been a member for 3 months.
That was Martha from Martha and the Vandellas. That's what I told y'all.
Is that the Postman? Do they sing the Postman?
They
sang
sang.
that song? Wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
I thought that was the.
Hey, Mr. Postman.
They sing that?
I don't think so. I think she sang.
I thought that was the Supremes that sung that.
I think so too. I think it is.
No, I don't think that's the Supremes.
She sang "Dancing in the Street." She sang "Love Something." I forgot what the love something, and then "Nowhere to Run." She sang a few of those songs.
Oh yeah, "Nowhere to Run to, baby."
Okay. I think I've heard that one before. I was gonna say I'm not sure if I heard it.
She messed up her legacy, man. She should.
Yeah, just stay retired, man. Just stay retired, man. Just stay retired. But they probably cut a nice little check, though. They probably cut a nice little check to do that.
She gonna be remembered for this now. Beyond her music.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Captain Caveman coming through with the $2 super chat.
Now, Catherine, why you want me to use?
No.
More like the national them. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Opposing Countess with the $2 super chat.
Denzel almost made me choke saying lock her up.
For her own protection.
Shout out to Finn's Locker Room for the $5 super chat.
Rehearsal is not going to fix that. I felt scared more than patriotic.
You know what? That's right.
Come on.
Thank you, Terry Cisco, for the 600 joules. Appreciate you. Captain Caveman with the $5 super chat.
Martha or no Martha? Somebody should have said no, Martha. After helping her straighten out her wig, bless her heart. Lord, forgive me.
Opposing Countess with the $2 super chat.
Martha.
The dog catcher. Minister D, you're trying to unalive me.
Shout out to Sheila Ford with the $2 super chat.
A few of those women play in banana ball with men.
Okay. Shout out to Mr. Largy with the $5 super chat.
DEI meets the Star Spangled Banner. Where's the Apollo Sandman when we need him?
You ain't never lied.
Thank you, Daniel Manning, coming through with the $5 super chat.
David Ruffin and the Temptations.
That's exactly what she did. I'm David Ruffin. And
that's right. And she stepped aside.
Nobody
come to see you.
That's crazy, man. Goodness gracious. I wasn't gonna do it, but I was like, you know what? We got to talk about this.
That was fun.
Weekend. It was pretty funny.
Praying for Martha.
Pretty funny.
It was a good one.
Keep her lifted up.
After you locked her out, now you praying for her.
Now I'm sure she got kids and some grandkids. Where she probably got grandkids. She probably 85. She probably got some great grands. It's like, grandma.
She's like, everybody's talking about you, grandma. Well, I don't want to hear that.
Listen, just go back to Quaker Oats.
That was entertaining, Wyatt. I'm glad you played it. That was entertaining. I'm glad you played it.
Oh my goodness.
And it was a good laugh. But listen, Miss Martha, we love everything you did back then.
Yes.
But you know what? It's just like those people that be in the club at 60. There's sometimes you just gotta hang it up.
Hey, you gotta know when to fold them, man. Just know when to fold them, know when to let it go, man.
Walk away.
Seriously.
It's all right.
Got to be more careful.
Oh man. Yes, Minister Denzel, you're absolutely right.
He said
it's a call the dog catcher.
That's terrible. He said it like they didn't use protection. You got to be more careful.
time to go, Miles. It's time to go.
Okay.
Y'all,
I cannot.
Be more careful.
y'all terrible, man. Y'all are terrible.
Oh. And it was so real too. It came so deep from within.
I may never sing again.
Oh man, y'all are terrible. Oh man.
Oh Lord.
That's somebody, that is somebody's great grandmother, y'all.
Exactly.
We know.
They knew when she told them, I need you to drive me down to the stadium. They should
have been like, nope.
That's on
Nope.
you, young buck. That's on you. Okay,
Oh,
you can
man.
pick her and them two. You put all their walkers in your car. There's no, y'all shouldn't- that's on you. You did this.
That's right.
You did this.
That's right. Help us, Lord. Woo.
Oh, my
my
poor
goodness.
Miss Martha. Miss Martha, we love you, Miss Martha. If you ever come across this, we love you, Miss Martha.
Oh, let us
Y'all are
pray.
wrong, man.
And
Golly,
you're not
man.
leaving her in your care no more. Okay.
Oh,
My goodness.
y'all are terrible. Golly, y'all. Come on,
Nope.
man.
Nope.
Y'all don't even
I
give y'all
repent.
ain't
I
give great
repent.
grandma no slack, man.
I said
Goodness
I love Miss
gracious.
Martha. Miss Martha, no, I love her, Miss Martha. I'm about to go in my car and play Dancing in the Streets just for you, Miss Martha.
Yeah, you're gonna play that. You're not gonna play
Yes.
this.
I'm not playing
Yeah.
that Star Spangled Banner. No, my hair.
That's what I'm saying.
Thank you, Greta, for the 10 jewels. We appreciate you.
Oh,
Thank you
Lord,
guys so
thank you.
much for pulling up, hanging out with us today.
That was a blessed
We
laugh.
do appreciate you guys, man. Shout out to all the ARP family members, everybody that supported the channel financially today. 126 super chats today. That is awesome. We appreciate you
Amen.
guys. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. If you would like to, continue to support super chats, obviously, you can buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box. Look at Papa Dot talking about why ain't working overtime. We are on overtime. It's 46 minutes. You ain't hit the collection plate but once. Come on now. Come on now. You ain't hit the collection plate but one time.
Shout out to those that were watching over on X.
No tea time today. No tea time today. I played golf yesterday. I'm going to play tomorrow, but not today. No tea times today. But shout out to everybody that support the channel financially. Thank you guys to all the ARP family members. Thank you guys for pulling up, hanging out with us today.
Yes.
Minister Danzel with the Minister Mind Trust. That was awesome.
Yes,
Mika with the mess of the week.
Thank
Was
you.
awesome.
Cleaned up the mess.
Thank you.
Cleaning up the mess. You know what I'm saying? Cleaning up the mess. Thank you guys, Celeste, Crystal. Appreciate you guys. Be on the lookout, for Ask Me Anything. Y'all make sure y'all reach out if y'all have anything. I don't know if Celeste has her Ask Me Anything for the week, but Ask Me Anything 4547@gmail.com.
That's
y'all
right.
make sure y'all reach out. If you have anything, we're definitely looking forward. Gutter Bunny of the Week. Be on the lookout for that. Votes will that'll crank up, I think, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yes, but they can go ahead and send in because I love when people send me who they're interested in because people have been dropping it in and I appreciate it. I love it.
I think the WNBA the WNBA in whole needs to be on the list of Gutter Bunny of the Week. Seriously,
Yeah.
The entire league needs to be the entire league. Okay,
From the minority owner on down.
Yes.
Hey, Crystal, I
Seriously.
asked Fauci to give a comment about his being elected for Gutter Bunny of the Week. He said no comment. He pleaded fifth.
Who?
I asked Fauci what he thought about being elected as Gutter Bunny of the Week, and he pleaded the fifth.
Absolutely.
Of course he
of
did.
course he did. Of course he did.
It's a tie between him and Mondami.
Oh, y'all want me, they're saying they want me to add Miss Martha to Gutter Bunny of the Week too.
Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. No, please don't do that. No,
You gotta do
Y'all are
research.
terrible. Come on, man. Y'all
She
are,
had
come
enough
on,
damage. She done
man.
enough damage. Don't do that to her, please.
Oh, man.
Miss Martha,
Don't do
That is somebody's
Don't do
great
that.
grandmother.
No,
Y'all want her to be on the Gutter Bunny of the Week list?
No, we don't.
Come
want
on, man. Y'all are
We don't want
Put
terrible.
herself there.
Y'all are terrible. Golly.
Man,
No
wow.
slack.
Wow.
No slack.
No.
Oh, all right, man. We're gonna get out of here, man. Lord
All
willing,
right,
we'll
man.
see you guys on Thursday. Mika, we'll see you next week, unless you want to come hang out with us one of these days, Thursday, Friday, or something along those lines.
Okay.
Yeah, be on the lookout. Call-in show on Thursday. So be on the lookout.
Call
Anybody, if you got anything to add, anything you want to say, questions that you You know, if y'all want another rendition from Miss Martha, pull up on Thursday. I might have to clip that and just make that. Yeah, I might have to go ahead and clip
I
that.
can't believe AT missed it. No, he wants to hear this stuff.
But we appreciate you guys, man. Thank you all for pulling up. Hit the like button on the way out the building. And as always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, it can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. Then the Lord hit my chest, kicked air from my breath, put power in my step.